But yeah, playing it right now.
There he is. Oh my gosh! Wait, that's KJ. Sorry.
What's going on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts? This is Wrestle Podcast episode 7. We're calling it the debate. We got a little disagreement on over whether Liv Morgan is a believable opponent to beat Ronda Rousey. But before we get into all that, let's get into a little intro going. Mitri, you want to let them know where to follow you and all that?
All right. Mitri the God on TikTok. Mitri the God on Instagram. Representing the Brotherhood. We out here. We ready to get this W. I mean, y'all seen the videos for days. None of them made sense except us. So we're gonna get in. We're gonna so we're gonna get into it. Phil, I wasn't talking to you, but Mitri the God on TikTok.
Oh shit!
We about to really get into it. So let's go.
Loft, you want to go next?
Yo, you know this young famous, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to have some fun. I ain't got nothing to say, you know what I'm saying? Loft Not Famous on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. I be rapping and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I do. Best in the world. OTB, FTB for life. And Ronda Rousey sucks. So, yeah.
That's a good one.
Jason?
You can go ahead and follow me, Bird with a Y on TikTok, HB Bird on TikTok as well. I ain't got much more to say than that. Y'all know what the business is.
Pat?
What's up? Pat G, aka Long Tan and Handsome. You can follow me at GTZPAT91 on TikTok. That's my only social. And you know what it is. Team Liv, Team TO, we about to win it. Like, it's in the bag already. Y'all can go ahead and just turn off the video because we already won. I'm good.
Y'all straight
No, stay on, please.
I wasn't talking to you.
What's going on, guys? Anthony, also known as Amsterworld. Go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You know why I'm here. Team Ronda for the Brotherhood.
Malik?
I'm here, bro.
Malik's not feeling too good, but he's here. Phil?
I ain't got a side, bro. I'm just here. I see both sides, so that's why I'm here.
Phil?
All right, guys, what's up? You know, Team Liv over here. You guys can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at PhillyMatt_. And yeah, guys, this is gonna be fun. But yeah, you guys can just leave because we got this shit in the bag. That's it.
Tio?
Yeah, team captain, team TO, team Liv. We just here to just explain to these guys why they sound absolutely ridiculous. So, like they said, we are pretty much already won. Hopefully they come harder than when they did in the videos. And let's just get it started, bro. Let's get it started. Oh, hey.
Oh, shit, KG turned his video on. Oh, shit.
You with your pause moments, Tio. You need to you need to calm.
KG?
You already know it's KG Red, Brotherhood, and this bitch. We about to flame everybody. That's it. I'm ready. I ain't for the intro. Let's go.
Liv?
Lewis? So what's going on, everybody? Lewis here, founder of Brotherhood, Team Brotherhood over here. You can find more on me on Wrestling Chop Shop. We definitely do that. We definitely do the business over here. I'm ready. It's gonna be a fun debate, friendly debate. All love at the end of the day. We just here to show everybody we can have a nice civil debate, keeping it clean and classy, but also having fun. But much respect to these guys, but y'all finna get y'all ass kicked.
All right, Liv. All right, we'll talk soon.
I wasn't talking to you.
I don't care if you're talking to me or not. I'm talking right now.
Well, shut up.
All right, I'm not going to. I ain't gonna.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Quick question: Who made like the original video where this all stemmed from?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't even know where this
Okay,
came
okay.
from.
What is
What
it started
happened?
with TO and Mitri?
I had called TO out.
Wait, well, hold on. This is how I started. All right. So I think it was my SummerSlam review, and I was like, I don't like how they're making Liv look weak, and she should at least get like a clean victory over Ronda, right? So I think it was KG at first, right? KG was like, yeah, this is why I disagree with you. And then I had made another video. I was like, man, we got Logan Paul beating former WWE champions. At least this can be believable. Then that's where Mitri jumped in. So I was like, all right, we'll debate it. But I didn't have a partner. So the partner search was on, and somehow it turned into this. So, yeah.
It turned into a 5-on-5.
I remember I only got brought into this because on one of y'all videos that you and Mitri was going back and forth in, somebody had like tagged me and told me to be your partner, and then Mitri was like, but he agreed with me. I was like, I mean, yeah, there's that. And then I gave my whole opinion on it and whatnot, and that's where that went.
I'm ready for the spicy stuff.
I came in because I agree with Tio more than I did with Mitri, and then Mitri shouted me out to be a tag team partner. And while I agree Mitri is good at talking about wrestling, he's just not very accurate at it. So he's like what's that dude's name? He like Vince Russo. He talks a lot, just not all of it makes sense.
The thing about that is
Vince Russo.
The thing about that is when I speak, shit goes over people's heads because they can't comprehend shit.
That's not what happens.
Because you be talking dumb shit, bro.
At times.
You talking dumb shit sometimes.
That's not what. That's not.
Does that not sound like Vince Russo?
No,
to
everything I
else?
say
That's
has
not what happens
substance.
at times.
Everything I say makes sense. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that's your fault. That ain't my fault. I'm saying what it's supposed to be. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, then have to explain it again. It's going over your head, bro. I mean, it's.
Hey, just like when KG said that Ronda was better than Sasha, I didn't understand what you were saying. I gotta understand that.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird,
bro. What?
This is what and I explained that in my video. I had told you that I was saying that she is portraying a character. She is portraying herself. That's why she's booked the way she's booked. That's what I was saying. I never said Sasha was better than Ronda.
When Law pointed out that Liv had beat a credible opponent, Sasha Banks.
That's one opponent.
Hopped on his camera and said, "Well, that doesn't count because Ronda is Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks is Mercedes." What does that mean, like KG? What?
Here, let me tell you what it means. This is what it means. Because you're saying that, but I already told you the reason that doesn't make sense is because you're trying to say, oh, just because she beat Sasha, she should be able to beat Ronda.
I'm
Ronda
not saying just
and
Sasha
Sasha are two different things. That was the argument. That's what Law said.
But look though, y'all asked what was some credible opponents that Liv beat. We gave you a couple of credible opponents.
No, you didn't.
That's one.
Hold on.
No, you
I want to hear this list.
Hold on.
I got it written down.
Let everybody talk. Everybody talk.
Yeah.
Off
was the one that made the video, so hold on.
Because this is the thing. Liv Morgan has beaten Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Sasha Banks on main roster shows. The one thing yes, in 2022.
Yes.
It's all on. I went on fucking websites and shit. I did more research than I ever did in my fucking life on this shit. Feel me? This is the thing that I feel like a lot of people have misconstrued. Ronda Rousey is the biggest cosplayer in the history of professional wrestling. The reason why people like Ronda Rousey so much is the same reason why people love Eddie Kingston so much. Eddie Kingston makes you forget that pro wrestling isn't quote unquote real. Ronda Rousey, the way she wrestles, you make it, oh, it's a fight. She has a great illusion over half, I want to say, of the IWC, thinking that she's actually a good wrestler when she really is just using the same stuff she did in the UFC in the ring. It looks good. It looks like, oh shit, she's really whooping her ass. But there's no difference between her character in UFC and what she's doing right now. She wrestles the same. She wrestles the same way she fights. There is no difference in what she's doing.
So do you have a problem with Brock Lesnar doing that?
If you're gonna keep that same energy for Ronda Rousey, what about for guys like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar then? Because Kurt Angle was the same guy when he won the Olympic gold medal, and he was the same guy in WWE. Brock Lesnar, when he left WWE and UFC,
they also weren't part-timers. Ronda wrestles what, 6 matches a year and then dip.
When Brock came back to the WWE,
a part-timer because of her name, bro.
And
fuck her name.
Name shouldn't mean anything when it comes to part-time, full-time bullshit.
Yeah,
no,
when she signed a couple years ago, she said she wanted
there's
to be
a reason though.
full-time
She's a
WWE
draw
wrestler.
though. She's a draw. That's what she is though.
Biggest draws today.
But she said that's okay if she's a draw.
She's the biggest draw in
she
women's wrestling history, man.
She said she wanted to.
That's an embarrassment.
No.
Yeah.
That's an embarrassment.
So like I realize.
But she's, but no, if she said she's part time though, but she's been there the entire year though this year. She been there
This
since
year.
January.
First year, Raw
This
Women's
year.
Champion. She was
January,
competing on Raw.
But when she left, though, she left to have a baby though.
Yeah, correct.
Not my
She left
choice.
before she got pregnant.
That was
Look
her
at that.
choice.
But that still doesn't mean she part time though. She left to have a baby.
No, she left
and then she
before
came
she
back
got
after
pregnant.
she had the baby.
She left.
She's not
before
even
she got
here
pregnant.
now.
Yeah, she's
left
the
it, bro.
storyline
It's a
suspension. She's been on TV for a week.
Yeah.
Big
Hold on.
It's like a
storyline
week or
suspension.
two, 2 weeks.
I have a genuine.
She's been on
question,
TV for
like,
2 weeks though, bro. You acting like she's been
I
on
have
for a minute.
I have like a real life like genuine question because you had said that Ronda Rousey got this illusion that she's really good at wrestling, like because she wrestles the same way she fights in the UFC. Correct? That's what you said. So like, my thing is, you have a problem with her doing that now. Do you also have a problem with Brock Lesnar doing the same thing? Because Brock Lesnar wrestles the exact.
WWE.
Yeah.
But
Brock-
look back
Brock
at
Lesnar-
Brock Lesnar when he was first in WWE and look at it now. It's night and
Right.
day.
Exactly.
He's not the same performer he once was in WWE when he first went.
There also was a
I think
15-year gap.
I think on a stance, I think Brock could be better than when he once was when he first started in WWE. Just because he's just Brock Lesnar, he got that true aura about him. But Brock, now there's not he changed. It's suplex after suplex after suplex. But y'all complain that Ronda doing the same thing.
And Ronda's doing legit fucking judo moves. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And for y'all to keep saying, "Oh, she can't wrestle," how many of y'all have been in the ring?
We keep having this. Keep bringing that up.
That's not a credible argument.
Because
keep bringing it up.
You
That's
cannot
not a
say
credible
somebody
argument.
sucks in the ring if you've never been in the ring.
Sure, you can. You can.
That's
watch
part of the
people
debate.
that watch
KG,
wrestling.
KG.
You can
If you've been
say
watching
somebody
wrestling,
sucks in the
consume
ring.
the
You
product
can
for
KG,
long
say
enough,
that.
you know when
To a
somebody's
certain
bad.
extent. To a certain extent.
Okay, well then
KG,
that's
if
your
I-
opinion. That's a fact. That's
an
if
opinion.
you've been watching, if you if you've been watching wrestling and consuming the product for as long as you have, you are able to tell the difference between a good wrestler, a bad wrestler, a technical wrestler, a non-technical wrestler, so on and so forth. You can watch Kurt Angle and know that he's a good wrestler. You can watch someone like let me give a bad example, Hulk Hogan, and over time,
But Ronda's a judo Olympian. Does that not mean she's good at being technical?
Judo.
Exactly.
She's doing
That
fucking
does
He's a
not-
judo
That
Olympian.
does not necessarily
Hey,
translate
judo
to
is
being
a
a good
form of
wrestler.
wrestling.
She literally transitioned it to WWE. You see it
judo
every
is a
one of
form
her
of
matches.
wrestling.
Are you watching the same Ronda matches we watching? She's
Let's
a
not
judo
act like
Olympian.
hold on. Let's not act like that type of wrestling is legit the same as pro wrestling. It's
Bro,
not legit
hold on,
the same.
hold
That's
on,
embedded
because
in
judo,
pro wrestling.
judo,
That is a part
judo
of
and
wrestling,
Olympic,
bro. What are you talking
judo,
about?
judo and
grappling, bro.
Greco-Roman
Man,
wrestling.
he ain't do shit. Shane McMahon's a terrible wrestler. He trained in judo too. That don't even fucking
Are
mean.
judo and Greco-Roman wrestling are very similar, but you can implement any one of them. Like that's like saying you can't really bring MMA. Like look at guys like Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly brings MMA into the professional wrestling world. That's why he's so successful.
So can you
Ronda brought in the
Okay.
judo style.
Wait.
Let me add something to that, Lewis.
Okay.
That's also like saying you can't do amateur wrestling moves in professional wrestling.
No one said you couldn't. You keep saying that we're saying that she can't do these things.
Bro, you're literally
not-
saying she can't
Yeah,
wrestle because
but
she
my
uses
argument
judo
No,
is
moves.
we're not
that-
saying she can't wrestle. We're saying she's not a good wrestler.
Argument is that the whole point, which Tio correct me, but he said that
She a
judo
better
does
wrestler
not
than Liv.
transition into the ring, which it clearly does because she's successful at it in the ring.
You do know
'Cause how
wrestling
she-
is predetermined, right?
Exactly. That's how she's written. That's how she's written. That's not.
No. Y'all not
No,
gonna
her
start, y'all not gonna pull that bullshit. That
This is
predetermined
pro
shit.
wrestling. People forget this.
Is that not what it is?
Bro, it
No,
transitioned,
not
bro.
what it is.
Judo is a
That's
part of
what?
a form of wrestling, bro. It's grappling.
Hey,
Of
with
wrestling.
that logic,
Grappling, bro, and
hey,
change.
with that logic, Cain Velasquez should have beat Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel because it would have
That's not
transitioned.
what we
He
saying.
beat him
That's
That's not what
already.
he's saying.
Like, bro,
That's not
y'all
what
know
he's
this is
saying.
still,
That's not what
Hey,
he's
it's still
saying.
pro
You're
wrestling.
not what
going
he's
now
saying,
you're
bro.
going off the now you're going
No,
off the
I'm
wall
saying
because
exactly
you
the same
yourself
logic you're
said
using.
no. You yourself said judo does not transition into the pro wrestling world, and I'm telling you, you're wrong because Ronda is successful at it
Wait,
by
hold on,
being
hold on.
the
I wanna know
biggest
when
draw.
Did he say that? Who said that?
Come on,
When
man.
did they say
I
that?
didn't
Who
say
said
it
it and
can't.
He
when?
literally just said that. He said judo doesn't go into doesn't transition to professional wrestling. I said
I
it
said
does.
no. I said
Bro,
that
you
type
literally
of
just said
wrestling
that.
isn't the exact same. It's not the exact same as pro wrestling because that's actual fighting. That's actual like pro wrestling is an
Bro,
art form.
He transitioned
Bro.
into it, bro.
Pro
She brought
wrestling
it
is
into
an
the
art form.
wrestling world.
There is
That's
literally
what I'm telling you. She
moves.
brought it in the professional wrestling world. You're just saying the same shit you said in a different way.
But it was already there though, bro. Judo has always been in wrestling. Before she came. There's
on,
fucking
man.
wrestling holds that are judo holds. So like, how can you say that is not the same?
An armbar is a judo hold. You know how many people use arm bars? Del Rio's before he got to professional wrestling was a mixed martial artist. He did
Man
the
was
cross arm
terrible.
breaker, a sleeper hold. Yeah, he was terrible. You're absolutely right. But the sleeper hold, it's a judo move. So how are you gonna say that style is so different, man? They transition.
Okay,
so
hold on,
many
hold on.
wrestlers.
Okay. So hold on. I got a question. Okay. So if y'all are talking about how badass Ronda is because of her judo pedigree, okay, that's what y'all are saying because Ronda is the
That's
judo.
not what we're
queen.
saying at all.
Okay.
Now you're just
So
putting
then,
words into our mouth.
so no, that's not. You keep saying that that's
But
why she
no,
keeps
that's
winning
not what
and
I'm
that's why
saying.
she's
What I'm
booked so
saying,
well.
what I'm saying
She's
is,
badass.
That's why.
what I'm saying is the whole point of judo is so different from the style of professional wrestling when judo has been used in professional wrestling for literally years, bro. Literally
We're not here
years.
to argue
Y'all
whether
just
or not
starting to
judo
notice
translate or
it.
not.
Y'all just starting
We're
to
not
notice
here to argue
it
that. We're
because
here to
Ronda
argue
Rousey,
whether or not
bro.
Ronda
Y'all starting to notice it because Ronda Rousey popularized it, but
I'm not
people have
noticing
used
shit.
judo
I still think
moves.
Ronda terrible.
Bro, she better than Liv in the ring. I promise you that.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm just gonna. I didn't watch everybody's. I'm just gonna bring up the names that Mitri brought up as credible opponents, quote unquote. Shayna hasn't won a freaking money or hasn't won a pay-per-view match since 2020. Sasha 0-1 against Ronda. Charlotte 0-2 against Ronda. Bailey 0-1 against Ronda, and Asuka, who's never even fought Ronda once. So how are these people credible opponents to Ronda Rousey?
They
They're
have more
credible
credibility
because
than
of
her.
their background.
Their
character. Shut up. Well, shut up.
Okay,
Their
go ahead.
Their character work.
I'll wait.
Okay, their character work makes them credible. So the matches they won. Shut up. The matches they won. The matches they won make them credible.
So you're saying that Shayna?
Shut up. they're gross.
Man, be mad all you want, bro. Like you saying, shut up ain't gonna make
Shut
me.
up, bro. Their growth within the company. When Sasha Banks first got there, she wasn't beating the champion. She worked through that shit. She came in a tag team, then she branched out, won some singles matches, then she won the championship.
She beat Charlotte on Raw.
You've seen growth. With Liv Morgan, what the fuck has she grown from? She came in NXT, she didn't do shit.
What? Have you not watched her career? What do you?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
She went from a lackey. She went from a lackey in the stable to a singles
She's
competitor.
a lackey and a singles
How's that?
competitor. What are you saying?
No,
Yeah,
she
what
went
are you
from
saying?
a lackey to a singles competitor.
All right.
Have we not seen her career?
A lackey
She didn't
to a
do
lackey
anything
singles
yet, bro.
competitor.
Yeah, they didn't do anything in that.
All right.
She's the fucking champion. What are you talking about?
No, bro.
I'm gonna use the same logic y'all put. Predetermined. Y'all like that shit?
It works both ways.
Hold on.
This the funny thing.
She's a
Hold on.
This is the funny thing about
on
it.
the main roster.
Hold on, because
What has Shayna done on the main
Y'all
roster?
try to use the predetermined shit on me, but when I say predetermined on that, it's a problem. Come on, man.
It's the same
Double
shit.
standards, man.
Yo,
Double
bro.
standards.
Oh,
Double
yeah.
standards.
It's the
What
same
has-
shit.
Hey, no, the
Bro,
way you
hold
were
on.
trying to make it
Bro.
sound, you were trying to make it sound like an actual fight in a wrestling match is the same thing.
No,
That's not the
not-
same
we're
thing.
not. No,
Your
we're
logic-
That's literally what.
No.
We're
Bro,
judo
your
though
logic
in
was
wrestling.
dumb because you said judo
No.
doesn't go into
Bro,
is
Lewis-
so different from
Oh,
the wrestling
my.
world
This is
when
ridiculous.
it literally was
Okay.
there for years. That's how
Bro,
This
fucking
ain't.
dumb
Hey,
you
this
sound.
ain't even the topic we supposed to be arguing right now.
Lewis
Right.
is saying
This ain't.
Yeah.
Hey, but
Right.
they don't love Ronda though. They
Y'all
don't
arguing
love
just
Ronda.
to argue.
Hold on,
don't love Ronda,
because hold on, because you're not seeing it from a logical standpoint. You're going based off feelings. I'm going based on facts. Judo, in our topic, judo has been used since fucking wrestling was even existed,
Still on the
bro.
judo argument.
That
You have
makes
nothing
her
on that
Still on
shit,
the judo
man.
argument.
That makes
Because
her
you
a
have
good
nothing on
wrestler.
that
That's what he's
shit.
saying.
So please
Louis,
tell me. So please tell. I
Okay,
want you to tell me
Louis.
right now. I'm gonna give you the space right now.
Okay.
Please tell me how does judo is not like similar to professional wrestling when it's been
Okay.
used
When
since
did I
Hold on,
ever
hold on,
say,
hold on,
yo,
hold on.
hey,
my
Pat,
guy, you
Pat,
literally
hold on,
said,
Pat,
here we
hold
go.
on,
Pat.
Oh man.
You said it's not the same
Lewis.
wrestling, bro. You
Lewis.
said it's not the same
Okay,
wrestling.
hold on. Just give me a minute, okay? Give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to tell you. I don't care if Ronda can do every judo move and is the best of it on the planet. It does not matter in professional wrestling because professional wrestling is pre-fucking determined. It don't matter how good she is at it. Because
Yes,
she
it
can be the best
does.
Oh my
at
God,
every-
thank you.
Bro,
Yes, it does. It's a
bro, it
style.
matters.
Bro, why do
style.
you
It's
think
an
there's
art
styles
form.
in professional
It
wrestling? Come
matters
on,
to her
man.
character.
Bro,
work,
there's
bro.
technical
What?
wrestling. There's bruiser wrestling. There's hardcore. Like there's different styles of wrestling. You can't tell me judo don't matter because it's a style of
Then
professional
how did
wrestling.
Becky
You
beat her?
dickhead.
Then how did Becky beat her?
Because it's
A
predetermined,
roll up,
right?
and it wasn't even clean.
Predetermined and scripted.
Predetermined. It doesn't matter how good
Hold
she
on,
is.
but Becky wasn't even
Yes, it
supposed to win that
does.
match to begin
Does.
with.
Bro,
Don't
it
bring
does
Becky into this.
matter.
Do
The way
not
they
bring Becky into
present,
this.
the way they
with.
built
Do not bring
themselves.
Becky into this. Cause now you're just going left. Do not
Supposed
do
to win
that.
that match to begin with,
Do
but
that.
it was a botch
Hey,
ending.
do
So
that.
what are you saying?
Don't you're gonna run yourself into a wall. Don't do that.
No, I'm not.
do
I
that.
promise you, I'm not. I
Do
promise.
not do not bring Becky into this.
Saying how Becky
Becky has
bro.
nothing to do with this.
Hold on. The
I'm
topic
talking
is
about credible.
hold on, bro. Hold on. We supposed to be arguing if Liv Morgan should beat Ronda Rousey clean, and that we done
That's
strayed
it.
out from everything. Look, don't cut me off, please. Thank you. We supposed to be arguing that,
All right.
and I just want to know from y'all why y'all think she deserves to beat Ronda Rousey clean. Why? Just why? I give y'all the floor, and then when y'all done, I say what I got to say. I ain't gonna interrupt nobody. Go ahead. Why? Why does she deserve to be
Who
Ronda
wants to
Rousey
go?
clean?
Who wants to
Go
go?
ahead, Phil.
Who wants to go?
Go ahead, Phil.
Go ahead. A lot of big boys in the chat, right? Go ahead.
Phil, you didn't say nothing about. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
Listen. At the end of the day, I feel like no matter where you came from in this business, the way that you are being booked from a different standpoint, from being the underdog, going to the top, going to the mountaintop, and everything like that, getting to where you are today, it should mean something. It should mean something, and it's not because of the freaking fans or anything like that. The fans or whatever, you are busting your ass each and every single day to get to where you are in that moment, and you are building your credibility based off of that shit. And whether you win or whether you lose, you don't have to fucking be like an undefeated like 17,000-0 person to get a credibility that apparently Ronda Rousey has. Ronda Rousey built her credibility somewhere else, and that is the UFC, and nobody's taking that away from her, right? But then you come over here, you try to just make yourself known, and I'm not saying that whatever she did in her career from WWE doesn't mean anything, because yes, she did help the women get to WrestleMania, but she wasn't the only fucking reason why. Anybody else in that company... Mitri said that. At one point, Mitri said that.
I definitely did not say
Hold
that.
Hold on.
Can I please speak? Can I please speak? Because I distinctly remember seeing Mitri say that, but we'll get to there.
I didn't say that shit.
Mitri,
let me talk. Let me talk.
It don't matter. Address everything at the end, bro.
Let me talk.
Let him. It don't matter.
Go
ahead. Keep going.
Don't say my name, man. Fuck.
So we had all
Mitri,
that.
If you want to say it, let him say it. But don't interrupt him. Let him speak. Just let him go. Address everything at the end. Let him go. Don't interrupt him. Because I don't want nobody interrupting me when I'm talking.
So we had all that taken care of. No worries. Thank you for that, actually. So she did her thing. She got to WrestleMania, and she got to where she was today, and that's perfectly fine. But when you've been busting your ass for over 8 fucking years doing this shit, and then all of a sudden you just come on in, you do your thing, and then all of a sudden your tenure in this company doesn't mean anything, and the way that you've built yourself up, that's ridiculous. And the thing is, Ronda Rousey, she wanted Liv to be the champion in the first place, and now look at where things are going. So credibility, believability, tenure and the crowd and everything means more to me than just saying, oh yeah, I'm here, let's just go get a paycheck and then that's it. But she deserves to be it, and that's just that.
But you never explained why she should deserve to beat her clean. Like, you're talking about she busted her ass. That's cool, but what has she really
busted
done
her
to get
ass
her
so that
to
she can get to there.
But what has she, Phil?
Everybody's busting her ass.
I let you talk. But what I'm saying is, what has she done to give her that it factor to beat somebody clean like Ronda? That's the whole thing. I get busting their ass, but there's plenty of people in that locker room that busted their ass, probably more than she has, and that still don't have that fan support per se. Let's say that fan support per se. But we can use that logic for a lot of people. My main question to you is, and any one of y'all can jump in, what has Liv done to be like, this the it factor? She got it. She got it to beat Ronda clean. Because if Charlotte couldn't beat Ronda clean, if Becky, I don't know if y'all consider it a red match or whatever, but that was a botched ending though. Ronda was supposed to win that match. But if none of the 4 horsewomen are even considered to beat Ronda clean, Bianca, if they face a Survivor Series, I guarantee probably won't be clean. What makes Liv on that level of those women?
I got some.
Go ahead.
Go
Say
ahead.
something,
Go ahead, dog.
please.
This
Go ahead, dog.
Say something.
this is mainly from my perspective. This
'Cause-
is mainly from my perspective.
All
My
right, go ahead,
thing
dog.
is, you have Liv Morgan in a position where I saw her as someone who a lot of people were looking over during her time in the Rise Squad and shit like that.
Right.
I value hard work more than anything.
Right.
Does she have the credentials to put against Ronda Rousey? And when you put them, you like a tail of the tape. What has Ronda done? What has Liv done? Ronda eclipses her. Yeah,
Right.
that's something I can't deny. My thing is, when I'm looking at certain wrestlers and I'm looking at not only the fan support, but how long you have been in this business and how long you've been trying to get to that point, that from my perspective, when Ronda came in, she was gifted that. I don't take kindly to that. I think Liv deserves to beat Ronda because Liv has been working herself up before she got the SmackDown Women's Championship, before she was Miss Money in the Bank. She's been working herself up to get this fan support. She's been working herself up to be champion. She is the champion, and it seems like people are ignoring that because this narrative only started after the tap out thing. I think if she doesn't win in that way, we're not even having this debate right now because that wasn't the narrative. Everyone's TikToks as soon as this thing's happened at like Money in the Bank, everyone's like, "Oh, we're so happy for Liv. We thought Becky was gonna win. We're so happy for Liv." And then the tap out thing happens, and people are like, "Oh wait, no, let's switch it now because now it's not as comfortable to our narrative as we would want it to." Of course, it's not.
Right.
It was an ugly win. I was sitting there looking at the screen like, "What the fuck was that?" Because I wanted Liv to beat her over because I think
Right.
Liv has been working her ass off to be on this pedestal where she say, I was Mrs. Money in the Bank, I was SmackDown Women's Champion, and I beat Ronda Rousey clean. I think Ronda Rousey came in there and she got the stimulus package from Vince, and she was put on top of everybody else, and I don't understand why. Like I looked at the whole 2018 women's roster. You telling
Right.
me that out of everyone on that 2018 women's roster, no one else deserved to be the face of the women's revolution? Ronda Rousey, of course, she was one of those people that is looked at as like, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have the whole Evolution. I think that's the name of the women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But and she's one of those people that's looked at as like the anti-diva, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
AJ Lee got erased from the company, and she, to me, was the first anti-diva. You can throw Paige in there as well.
Yeah, she got erased.
Yeah.
That wasn't her fault why she got erased either.
Exactly.
Politicking with CM Punk. I get what you're saying on that. I get what you're
Exactly.
saying on that.
My thing is, I never want to take away from what Ronda Rousey has, if you look at it from a surface level. But
Right.
it's, to me, it's like on the podcast with me, Phil, and all the rest of OTB. If we're on the podcast and Phil's been bringing this up, Phil's been building this podcast up from the ground up. If I bring in someone like Ryan Satin and I say, "Hey, Phil, you're not going to be host today. Ryan Satin's going to be host because he has more name value than you." How's Phil going to feel? Phil's been working his ass off to get this podcast to where it's at, and I'm saying, nah, fuck you. Let's put Ryan Satin in there because he has more name value. That's the way I've always looked at Ronda Rousey. Credentials, ability, all that shit to the side. I always see what that is. I can't, you can't ignore that. But I will never be able to fully take her serious because I feel like Vince saw her as a money bring in, and he just gave her the world and just pushed everyone else to the side and only put people next to her who can help the narrative.
May I?
Go ahead.
Respectfully. So I heard you and Phil, and believe me when I say I hear the hard working aspect. You know what I'm saying? I saw Liv 8 years ago in NXT. Fucking believe it or not, I did. I saw her in NXT to what she is now. It's night and day. I'll give you that, hard working. But I still didn't hear from you guys. What exactly has she really done to be on the level to beat Ronda Rousey clean? That's all I want answered. What has she done for her to be believable? Because forget the horsewomen. Is she on the level of Bianca? Is she on the level of Rhea?
Just let me know.
See, hold on. She's not on the level of Rhea. She's not on the level of Rhea.
No.
She's not on the level of Rhea.
I think Rhea in ring wise is better. I think character wise, like with this whole Judgment bullshit thing that's going on, she has been the best part about Judgment Day.
But wait.
Work. Rhea got in-ring skills. She's built herself up to that point.
See, you're doing what we did though, because we that same fact is what we said. We don't think Ronda is as good of a talker as Sasha Banks, as good as a wrestler as Charlotte Flair. So we didn't see her as that Roman Reigns type woman on the roster. So for you to use that same point is a little hypocritical. Now you asked me to give you reasons why What
Give me
Liv
reason. Go
is?
ahead.
Look, okay. Is the Money in the Bank not meant to elevate talent that aren't at that level yet? Is the Money in the Bank not meant to elevate that talent?
Correct.
Is that a rhetorical question? You want me to
Okay.
answer that?
Okay. So when Big E, right? He won the Money in the Bank, right? He beat Bobby Lashley. Okay. He beat him off a cash-in, right? The week after that, I'm pretty sure the week after that, he beat Bobby Lashley.
They had a cage match and he beat him straight
clean
up,
in a cage match. He not only beat Bobby Lashley in the cage match, at Crown Jewel, he beat Drew McIntyre. The guy that people see credible enough to beat Roman Reigns. You can make that same argument with Big E, kind of, because you could be like, okay, well, he hasn't beat any credible main eventers to even have that WWE championship. You could kind of make that same argument with Big E. That credibility.
Right.
So may I? Hold on. Watch out. So wait.
He was always in the mid card. Exactly.
So may I?
Hold on,
so
Lewis.
The difference.
Hold on.
Wait, Michi. Let me say this real quick. There you go. So the main difference I see about Big E and Liv is dead ass from I want to say a good around 2016. I'd say a lot of people saw that potential in Big E. A lot of people went back to his NXT run and saw how much of a dog he is. You know what I'm saying? Big E got that killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? In terms of Liv and her character, she doesn't have a mean streak. She's too cute. She's too cool. In terms of in-ring skills, honestly, she's not that much better than anybody else. Her mic skills are not that good. I think they're a little bit weak. This is what I'm saying. Like, she's worked hard to get to this point. That's great. She worked herself up and she did that shit. But in terms of the credentials of wrestling, in terms of character work, in terms of match quality, and in terms of promo skills, how has she elevated herself?
You're doing what we did. We literally
she hasn't elevated her promo skills, her character work.
Ronda has.
I can name you.
Ronda has elevated her promo skills.
Matches than I can Liv
Ronda
matches.
came in and gave that
Liv matches. I can name you better Ronda matches than Liv matches.
Can you name a better Ronda promo?
I promise you, Ronda has had.
What about a Ronda promo?
Ronda has had better matches.
What about a Ronda promo? What about a Ronda promo?
Ronda promo, no.
Okay.
You know what Ronda does have on the business.
So that would be even.
You know what Ronda does have on the business aspect of things is the fact that she's a draw. She can bring people in. Can Liv put asses?
How is that on Liv?
Can Liv put asses in seats?
But how is that on Liv?
Wait, hold on. You said how's that on Liv? Hold on, time out. Hold on. You said how's that on Liv?
That is what I said.
Do they not give her promo time and a mic and time to say whatever the fuck she
writing?
wants?
The writing aspect of the whole promotion.
Bro, not all
was Liv a
promos are
UFC world
scripted.
champion?
Look at how look at how they just booked her at SummerSlam. You talking about don't they give her the time? Look, bro, they're choosing what she's doing. They choose for her to tap out right before a count
when it
three.
comes to
Because you can't blame the writing on the wrestler.
That's
you
what
can't blame the writing on the wrestler.
One thing I'll say though is from Liv from Money in the Bank to now, I'd say her booking has been subpar. The way how she won,
terrible.
Not the way how Money in the Bank. The way how she beat Ronda, almost tapping out. That to me showed, and this is me personally. That to me showed if she can barely beat a one-legged Ronda, what makes you believe that you're gonna convince me that she can beat a two-legged healthy Ronda? It's not. If she was about to tap out to a Ronda whose leg was out, I don't think she's not gonna beat a two-legged Ronda.
I need to know what y'all think is believable. Here's the thing. I need to know what y'all think is believable. I need to know what y'all think is like. What is y'all level of believability for things? Like, what is y'all level of what is believe? Because Mitri told me that, hey man, AJ could beat Roman with a Pele kick. Hey, AJ's credible. Like,
he could,
bro.
He could.
AJ's a legend in the business.
Hold on.
Chat. Mitri and KG believe that AJ could beat Roman with a Pele kick, but Liv beating Ronda clean with a finisher is unbelievable.
Listen,
I've heard it all.
Hold on. Listen, Liv Morgan and AJ Styles are not the same. They're not the same. AJ Styles has credibility behind his characters
when
in
it comes
ring work
to believability
is what we're talking about.
Believability is what we're talking about.
That's what it is. We've seen AJ Styles in matches where he's beating people.
Who has he beat with a Pele kick?
It don't matter.
Name me a person. It don't matter.
No, it don't matter.
Christopher Daniels. Christopher
now
Daniels. I'm a wrestler called Christopher Daniels. He beat Christopher Daniels with a Pele kick.
In WWE?
No, you said who has
Okay
AJ
then.
beat. Don't
Okay
say
then.
WWE. You said who has AJ
In
beat with a
WWE.
Pele kick. Don't switch that shit now.
You
If
said
you wanted to say in
believability.
WWE, you
Okay.
would have said in
But-
WWE.
Hey,
Can
but
I
my
say-
question
Can
is,
name
me.
me one?
You
Okay.
literally asked everybody who has he beaten
Oh
with a
my
Pele
God,
kick, and
bro.
I
Can I
named
go
you
for a
Christopher
second?
Daniels, a
let,
legend in
let
the
me
Fine.
ask
Have a
Tio a
response
question.
for
Don't
Louis.
Bro,
mess
let
with
me
that
ask
shit.
Tio.
You didn't
Let
say
me,
in
Compare
WWE.
Liv and
Don't
Thank you,
AJ,
switch
bro.
narrative
Zayos
up because
3.0
I
with
answered
Pele
that
kick is
question.
Compare
wild.
Liv and AJ.
Bro,
let me,
don't try to switch your narrative up because I instantly answered that shit. Because he beat Christopher
Okay.
Daniels with a Pele kick, a
hey,
fucking wrestling legend.
So
Don't
because
do that
Look.
AJ
shit.
beat
Don't change your
Christopher
narrative.
Daniels with a Pele kick,
Don't change
it's
your shit.
believable for
Don't change
AJ
your
to
shit
beat
because you was
Roman
wrong.
Reigns, the
Don't
tribal
No.
chief,
don't
with a
change your
Pele
narrative
kick.
because
No,
he was
no,
wrong.
no.
Your
Don't
man
change your
saying it's
narrative
not
because he was
believable.
wrong.
Hold on, Lewis. Hold on, Lewis. Your man saying
Don't
it's not
change your
believable
narrative because you
though.
was wrong, man.
No, the narrative is still the same. The narrative is still the
No,
same.
bro, you literally
It's
asked who has he beaten, and I named you a legend in a wrestling business,
Damn,
man.
somebody in their feelings. Shit.
Come on, man.
yeah,
Come on,
Tio,
man.
Tio, let
Let's
me
not
ask
do
you a
this.
question, bro.
all right.
Tio,
Okay.
how's it not believable? Please explain that. A kick to the head after a grueling
Because
match. You don't know
because
what
it,
his head's been through before he got kicked in the
because
head.
is a Pele kick AJ's finisher?
It
Is that
don't
his
matter.
finisher?
You don't have to end a match with
Roman
a
Reigns.
finisher, bro.
If we're
You
talking,
don't have to end every match with a
if
finisher.
hold on, if we're talking about AJ, that's my thing with y'all with believability. Like I need to know y'all believability scale, like because I don't understand it, and I think it was Isaiah or somebody that brought this up. He was like, bro, this is pro wrestling. Mayweather has beaten Big Show, Jinder Mahal has beaten Randy Orton, WWE champion.
How did Floyd beat
Not
Big Show, though?
clean. Not clean.
How did
That's the
Floyd beat
point.
Big
Not
Show?
clean.
He beat
Did
him
he
with
beat him
brass
clean?
knucks, right?
Brass
You get hit
knuckles.
with brass
Clean.
knucks, you fall to the floor. That's how they made it believable that he could beat
Isn't
Big Show.
Right. Is
Those
Mayweather
ain't
beating
even
him
Say
clean?
something.
Come on, man.
It
Come
sounds
on,
like
man.
Mayweather
Come
beating
on,
him
man.
clean?
You
Say
can't.
something, please.
It sounds like
right
picking and
now,
choosing.
dog. Come on, man. It's
It
not.
sounds like picking and choosing to me.
Bro, that's logic. That's WWE logic. Mayweather's not beating Big Show clean, bro. He didn't beat him clean. He beat him with brass knucks, and he had a whole team with him, bro. What are you
In the
talking
chair,
about?
too.
All right.
Is that
Charlotte beating.
believable?
Okay,
Can
hold on,
Mayweather,
hold on,
can
hold on,
Mayweather
hold
beat
on,
Big Show
hold
clean?
on.
Can I go?
That's not
Go
believable.
ahead, Pat. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
What the
Okay.
fuck are you talking
Look,
about, bro?
Look, all of y'all are in your feelings. Look, this is what it basically comes down to.
Nobody's in their
Wrestling,
feelings, bro. It's a debate.
wrestling is subjective. How everybody believes or doesn't believe.
That was
how-
subjective because we pointed every point wrong. Come on, dog.
Don't interrupt him.
Hey,
That
go ahead,
shit-
Y'all just not interrupt.
That was
Yeah.
subjective because we shooting
Y'all
on
just
every
not
point.
interrupt.
Come on,
We let
dog.
you
It's
scream
not
for a little
subjective
bit. How
when it
about you let
comes to
somebody else talk for a
psychology.
minute?
Louis,
All right,
chill.
Lewis, go ahead. Lewis, go ahead.
Louis,
Go ahead.
all
Lewis, chill,
y'all,
bro.
no, all
Go ahead,
y'all
go ahead.
chill. Let Pat get his stuff off or whatever, bro. Don't interrupt nobody because I swear I'm letting y'all get all y'all stuff off. So when I start talking, I don't want nobody saying a word. So go ahead, get your stuff off. Don't interrupt nobody, bro.
Look,
All right, dog,
wrestling is subjective. Believability is subjective. Whether we think somebody is credible or not is subjective. It always has been. Some people don't think that certain people can beat somebody, and they do. Some people think that some people should win and don't. That's just how wrestling works, man. It's based off of how that person is built in the company or how they are built based off of a fan base. That's how wrestling has always been. Good wrestlers, bad wrestlers, if they are good enough to make the rest or make the fan base believe they are good, then they are pushed higher. I'm not saying that Liv Morgan is a better in-ring competitor than Ronda Rousey. That would just be idiotic. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying when it comes to the art of professional wrestling as a whole, everything that is done, it is not unbelievable, in my opinion, and in Phil's and Tails and everybody else, for Liv to beat Ronda clean. And if y'all believe differently, that's fine, but that's just a difference of opinion. That's subjective. And we're allowed to have those differences of opinion in professional wrestling. But for y'all to just go out and say that it can't happen, it wouldn't make sense. I mean, of course it would.
Okay, can I ask you a question real quick?
Go ahead, Meech. Go ahead.
Why is it believable for Liv to beat Ronda? I didn't hear the answer.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay. So hold on. I have an answer for you. Okay. Y'all
Okay.
said that Liv hasn't done anything yet to believe you to beat Ronda because she hasn't gone on her mean streak or her big run or anything like that. Who is to say, because we don't know how Liv is going to be booked in the future, who's to say that Liv beating Ronda clean isn't going to be the start of her big push or her mean streak or her run? We don't know that. We don't know how far this plan is going to go. We don't know how far Liv's push is going to go. So her beating Ronda, we don't know where it's going to go. If she wins clean, okay, fine. She wins clean. We'll see where that goes. If it flops and falls on its face, okay, then it's already kind of started to do that with the tap out pin because people booed her on SmackDown. But that's
Alright,
not
may I?
based off.
All right. Okay.
All
So
right, may I?
Go ahead, Liz.
All right, so I want to use a comparison. If you guys didn't see NXT, which look, this ain't no NXT book better, no. So I want to use Karrion Kross for an example, right? When Karrion Kross came to NXT, he was literally built up. How do you build somebody up to go on their mean streak? You take out the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? You take out the top dog straight. Karrion Kross's big win came from Dijakovic, and then went after Ciampa, and then instantly went after Keith Lee. If you beat somebody the caliber of Ciampa on the NXT ground, that's an instant title shot because Ciampa is arguably on the Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? And then he went on to beat Keith Lee because he was credible enough. Why? Because he took out one of the main top dogs of people who consider the GOAT of that brand. What I want to see from Liv, and I'm not fucking saying that she shouldn't. I'm saying as of right now, I haven't seen her really just go out to that point. She did beat Sasha. You guys are right. That is credible. But I would have preferred her to actually dead ass beat Sasha, oblivion, boom, right there. You know what I'm saying? That's I need Liv to go on that mean streak. I need Liv to be like, fucking, if you don't think I could beat everybody, then I'm gonna show you. She beats Rhea, boom, beats Sasha, boom, beats Bayley, beats Becky, boom. That's how you build somebody up for a woman like Ronda Rousey. They haven't done that. And if you can't build somebody up that way without having them be a hitman, bro, I can't believe that.
Okay, but in that vein, that also goes in with up until 3 weeks ago, whenever the hell it was. Vince didn't give a shit about anybody if it wasn't Ronda, Charlotte, Becky, or Bianca, or anybody like that. Right. So you can't really expect Liv to continue to build herself up that way if she's not being booked that way. I would have loved to have seen it too. I would love to see, Gunther or fucking Walter. I'm not calling him Gunther. Walter go on a huge streak like that. I would have loved to see Dijakovic go on a run like that when he gets repackaged. Like, those would all be great things. But again, at the end of the day, it's up to the booker. So was she booked terribly? Absolutely. Was it kind of weird to see her all of a sudden like win the women's championship? A little bit, but at the same time, she had gotten over. It's like the whole shit with Kofi. Kofi had organically gotten himself over, and then all of a sudden they realized that he wasn't all that great, and they squashed him to Brock.
Can I say something?
I can't agree with the Kofi thing.
I can't agree with that neither. The reason I don't agree with
Kofi.
I don't agree with it neither, Lewis. And the reason I don't agree with it is because everybody was behind Kofi. How many people was going against Liv like we're going against Kofi? Same thing with Brian. No. I know you was behind him. I'm saying he had everybody. You didn't hear people like we're having this debate right here. Mm-hmm. This kind of shit wasn't going on. You didn't see people saying, "Oh no, Kofi shouldn't."
No, you fair. That's right.
Everybody was behind Kofi.
And not only
everybody
Kofi
is
had
not behind Liv
too. And Kofi had major credibility. Kofi, in my eyes, if we talk about Kofi, in my eyes, is probably the greatest tag team specialist in WWE history. He has that to his name. He has credibility. And if you look at legends, he's beaten legends in the past. He's beaten legends. Kofi went on that mean streak before. You know what I'm saying? Liv, I have not seen that from Liv, and I get it. Booking does play a factor in that, but it still doesn't excuse that we haven't seen it, though. We still haven't seen that build-up happen.
Okay, so why doesn't it excuse it?
She should have kept that money in a bank briefcase, and they should have built her ass up, and then she should have cashed in.
That's a booking decision. Okay, so that's a booking decision.
Every woman's Money in the Bank ladder match or briefcase has gotten cashed in like a day or two later. Like that's almost every single one.
So that all goes to different. Booking.
What I'm trying to get at is everything has
never said it was.
Everything has to make sense, like especially now with how the booking decision is. And once again, you're right about the booking. I ain't arguing with you on that. But if we judging based off the booking decision, she tapped out literally at 2. I'm not gonna believe that she's beating a 2-legged Ronda, man. It's not happening. She already lost.
Go ahead, left.
This is something that it's a small thing, but I noticed it. The SmackDown that Liv came out and she got booed, I didn't see it live. I was on my way to fuck here.
Yeah.
I go on TikTok and I see, yo, Liv got booed. So I watch it. I watch the whole segment, and I'm using this because this is where, as soon as this segment came out, this is where I saw the turn in the IWC on the opinion. I saw it starting to turn, but as soon as she got booed, I saw people trying to justify the boos. In my head, I'm like, first of all, when Liv came out, she got the pop she always got. If Liv came out and she got booed out of her mind, I'll be like, okay, there may be a problem here. people didn't boo Liv Morgan because she was out there. People booed Liv Morgan because during her promo with Kayla, she lied.
Yeah.
She
lied.
She outright ignored the fact that she tapped out at 2. She
And
outright
she
ignored.
but she also said, "I appreciate you guys calling me out of my shit."
Yeah, because and that's the thing I don't like about Liv Morgan's character, and that's probably a good point of y'all. She doesn't have that switch. It's like, fuck y'all. She doesn't have that. And I think
That's
her
exactly what I
character,
said.
you know what I'm saying? And
That's what
I
you need.
understand that completely. And I honestly think she does need that, because that is something that will get her to the next level. But at the same time, I feel if she came out if she came out into the crowd and they booed her, I would have been more understanding of the reaction. I only heard the boos when she started to talk and she started to act like there was no controversy in her win. 'Cause I'm sitting there, I'm like, even hearing her talk, I'm like, you didn't win the way I would have preferred, or everyone else would have preferred. You tapped. We all saw you tap. We all saw the tapped out too. We all saw that. If you wanted to do the tap out during the pinfall, you could have easily done that in the way that it was 3, then she tapped. She tapped out a 2, so as soon as people saw that, everyone was like, damn, she shouldn't be champion right now. And that's what I feel people started moving over to Ronda's side. I don't think that is something that should be held so heavy over Liv Morgan's head, because that was something, I don't know if that was a script that she had to read or something that she just thought off the top of her head to say.
In that regard,
it was 2 wrong things that worked. That didn't
but
work.
I think in that, like, the reason for that is I think because Ronda has the name that she has, that the company wants to continue to push her as a face. So I think they're slowly trying to turn Liv heel, trying to get her some heat. That's just personal opinion. Could be wrong.
Here's the thing.
I feel you, but I don't know if that works, because like we all know, Liv Morgan is one of the biggest baby faces there. She gets, like I said when she came out, the crowd loves her. She gets a good reception everywhere. Yeah. This reception only came from not only the tap out, but from the words that she said. This reaction, even if people weren't behind, I don't. People were not. We didn't have Liv Mania. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the Kofi thing, because we didn't have. I think Kofi Mania was a worldwide thing. I don't know anybody who didn't want Kofi to win.
Kofi opened the door up for African Americans to finally be world
exactly. I will never. That was
taking my shit out of left field, but okay. I'm saying I'm saying that
I'm trying to
Kofi,
look at it from both ways, though.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I'm not disagreeing with anything Kofi did. I'm not saying that his buildup wasn't great. I'm saying it came out of nowhere. It came from him literally being a replacement to Mustafa Ali. That is what I'm saying.
And that was supposed to be Mustafa Ali's spot until
it grew from there.
Kofi
That
came.
is what I'm saying. It came out of nowhere, just like
That's
Liz's sudden push and rise to the top has come out of nowhere. That's all I'm saying. I don't
when
disagree
you put it like that, it makes sense. I see your point, but it's still the outcome and the whole build-up aspect and the story. It's still night and day to it.
Yeah. Again, I was just making the point of how it started.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Blew it out the water. Yeah. Going forward past that, it blew it out the water. I think my whole thing is, like, I think we had the whole debate with what Liv is credible at doing and what she is going to do, and the whole her versus Ronda thing. I still think it's too early to start making decisions on whether or not she's credible or not. She's only been champion for what, 6 weeks, 7 weeks? She hasn't done enough yet. Y'all aren't giving her the opportunity to become something.
Isn't that
if
why
she fails?
It's a very harsh judgment. It's a very harsh.
I thought you're supposed to do that before you become champion.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not necessarily true, because what about people that, like, win championships like their first night in the company, like Carlito and shit like that? Like,
Santino Marella.
Santino,
not the world title. I mean, it's true.
We didn't know who Paige was when Paige first showed up. Like
Yeah,
the casual
Santino
WWE.
came
You
straight out the
didn't know
crowd.
who Paige was.
No.
You
The
didn't know who
casual
Paige was.
WWE crowd.
Let's get that
The
straight.
casual WWE crowd did not know who Paige
the
was.
casual WWE
I
guy.
know
The
who
casual
Paige was.
WWE. You knew. The casual WWE crowd did not know who Paige was.
Don't
So
say
okay, hey,
Didn't she get a
people,
pop?
hold on. How many people
She
was
got a
watching?
pop.
Okay, how much average crowd was watching NXT back
It don't
then?
matter.
Like,
Don't say
like the
we
casual crowd.
You didn't. You didn't.
But you saying
wait,
you're
wait,
saying
wait,
that
wait,
as
wait,
if
wait.
you speak for the entire WWE universe.
I'm saying, like, you don't speak for everyone. Not everybody knew who Paige was.
No, I got a question though. I got a question for y'all. So, we were mainly talking about Liv Morgan being credible to beat Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam. I don't know about any going on forward, but at SummerSlam and in that point in time, it wasn't believable for Liv Morgan to beat Ronda Rousey. The match ended the way it did. Why?
I got you. You ready?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, dog.
I figured out Liv character, bro. Liv character is the made to barely just get by. She's not in that case. Since y'all don't believe that she's believable to beat Ronda Rousey, who in the hell gonna believe her to beat Shayna Baszler? How they gonna make that believable?
That's a
She gonna
question I
barely.
need. That's a question I need to ask y'all. Like,
She gonna barely get. She gonna barely get by, and that's
do
gonna
y'all
be her
believe?
character.
Do y'all
Like
believe?
my,
Yeah. So y'all believe Shayna to be like? Do you like believability? Like, how do y'all feel about Shayna versus Liv? Believability.
If you want me to be honest, I want Shayna to beat the dog shit out of her. Shayna's
Yeah,
tiny.
I do
But
too.
hold on,
Same here.
hold on. But would that be?
she
Would
probably
that be
is.
believable?
Actual
Hold on.
match
Would that?
result.
But would that be believable though with her booking in the past year or two? Would that be
Let me know when
believable
I
though?
talk.
The way that she
But
was being treated like a lackey. So that be
they
believable.
gonna go off her
Nah,
background though.
nah.
They gonna go
Yeah,
off her
she got a mean.
background,
They're
Theo.
gonna go off her background
but
and her former UFC shit, and then it's gonna be the
You
same
right.
thing.
You right now. Her
Let me know
booking
when
was terrible. Her booking was worse than Liv.
Oh,
Her booking,
definitely.
Shayna,
Definitely.
Shayna
about to say
Baszler
something
was
now?
booking. Her booking was worse than Liv. So,
Definitely.
but since her background is all that, that MMA or whatever she into, they're gonna be like, oh, she's believable. She
I
can beat
would.
Bang.
You
Who's
mind
gonna
if
beat
Look,
what's
hold on.
called?
It's not.
you mind
You
if I
don't
say
even need
something
that.
now?
Hold on. It's
But
not only her.
let Jason
Is it
talk,
my
bro.
turn
Let
now?
Jason talk.
Let Jason talk.
Jason
Go
wants
ahead.
to
Yeah,
Is
talk.
it my turn now?
yeah.
Go
Because
ahead,
I
Jason.
don't want. I don't. Let me. Oh my god.
Oh, he
Okay.
gotta sit up.
So the
I'm scared.
topic is. So the topic is right. Should Liv beat Ronda clean? Right? Y'all think she should. I think she shouldn't. And I think she shouldn't because she don't got the credibility to do so. I think I heard Pat say that this will be the start of her building up credibility, beating Ronda Rousey. But I don't think it should start here because Liv has
Exactly.
done nothing to deserve it to start here. Don't interrupt me because I'm not done talking. And if anybody, for anybody still talking about the money in the bank, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to hit that either because the money in the bank, the whole concept of that is literally to have somebody else win the title in a non-clean way. So get that shit out of here. I don't want to hear none of that. If we talking about what Liv did in the past and this, that, and the third and all that, I literally looked it up. I had to go look it up. Y'all talking about she done worked her ass off and she done did this, that, and third, and blah, blah, blah. I hate to break it to you, but you can be in a company for as long as you want and work your ass off, and that's fine. But sometimes your best is simply just not good enough. And with Liv Morgan, her best was not good enough because she was a lackey with the Riot Squad. And I ain't even gonna lie, she was 2 seconds from getting future endeavored with the rest of her homegirls. I don't know why she stuck around, but she's still here, and that's cool. But I went up and looked up the stats. Liv Morgan has had 506 matches, right? Anybody want to tell me her win percentages? Nope. Don't do it. Don't interrupt me because I already know it. Her win percentage, she got a 38% win percentage. Out of 506 matches, she done only won 193 of them, which means 60% of the time she was losing. Ronda Rousey, on the other hand, she done had 104 matches, won 92 of them joints. That's 82.5%. She got 9 losses on her record. You know what them losses is? The triple threat at Mania 35, Charlotte at Mania 38, Charlotte at a house show in London, Charlotte at a house show in Paris, Liv at Money in the Bank, 2 triple threats against Liv and Natalia, in which Ronda didn't take the pin, and Liv at SummerSlam. So what in God's green earth would make you think that Liv Morgan is deserving enough to beat Ronda Rousey clean when somebody like Charlotte could barely even beat her clean? Like, don't get me wrong, I like Liv Morgan, but I got to harp back on the point where I had seen a video from live, and you basically, I'm gonna read your whole quote. You said we need to stop holding Ronda Rousey to this better than everybody else level because she's not better than the 4 horsewomen. You're correct on that. She's not better than both current women's champions. You're half wrong on that because Ronda Rousey is absolutely better than Liv Morgan. You said she's just a UFC fighter who happens to learn how to wrestle, and she was booked in a way where she looked unstoppable. I don't like how you sitting up here trying to play Ronda Rousey like she was just some type of bum in the UFC and she came over here because she couldn't cut. No, Ronda Rousey is the first ever UFC Hall of Famer, 12-2, the inaugural bantamweight champion, held the title for 1,074 days. So of course, when she come over here, she gonna get some push like that because she was a monster in her own profession. So like, what are we talking about? The person, this underrated person that you're trying to portray Liv Morgan as, that's been stifled by the country and has been working, and she did like she just this untapped potential that the company won't use. That's not her. You want to know who that is? That's Shayna Baszler, not her. Shayna, you want to talk about Shayna Baszler? Shayna Baszler in NXT was one of the only 2-time NXT Women's Champions. You want to know how long she held the title? She held that title for a combined 549 days. The only person that was more dominant than her was Asuka. She got to the main roster, and guess what she did? She annihilated everybody in the 2020 Women's Elimination Chamber. You remember that match? Because I remember that match. She took out Liv in 2 minutes and 19 seconds. 2 minutes and 19 seconds. I remember I went back and counted it. And then all that happened only for her to get stifled and lose to Becky and fall down the card when she was doing nothing wrong. So if we want to talk about who underrated and who not, it's not Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan not her. She is average at best. She's lucky to be champion. She's only champion because y'all got behind her, and that's fine. That's cool. She can have that. But my thing is, we kept on asking y'all, what has she done? Give us statistics. What has she done to deserve to beat Ronda Rousey clean? Nothing. You tried to bring up Big E when he won the Money in the Bank, but before he got the Money in the Bank, he was already putting in work. He won titles on NXT. He was an Intercontinental Champion. He was a multiple-time tag team champion. He built his way up to winning the Money in the Bank and then becoming WWE champion. Liv Morgan has done nothing but be average for 8 years. Average. And that's that might be a stretch. So what are we talking about here? I've heard y'all say nothing on what Liv Morgan has done to beat Ronda Rousey clean. Like absolutely nothing. All y'all saying is she worked her ass off. And like I said before, you can be in a company for as long as you want to be in that company, and that's fine. You can work as hard as you want to work, but sometimes your best is not good enough. And in this situation, Liv Morgan's best is not good enough. Because if it was, when Ronda Rousey came over, she would have initially been getting them opportunities that Ronda Rousey got, but she didn't. You know why? Because she's average, and she's been average, and it's okay. It's fine. But I'm gonna ask y'all once again, what has she done other than y'all like her? What has she done to be seen as credible to beat Ronda Rousey clean? Why does she deserve to beat Ronda Rousey clean other than she worked her ass off?
Okay, hold up.
What?
I got a question. I got a question for you, Jace. Just hold on.
He fucked me up.
Just before. No, he good. No, I'm glad. That's great.
I'm not mad or nothing. That's just passion. My fault, bro. I'm not mad.
No, that's fine.
You straight.
So just
That was
before
fine. That's right.
I also have some statistics, but before I go into it, just as a preference, as a baseline, who do you see as credible?
To me, the people that the only people to me that would be credible enough to beat Ronda Rousey would be the 4 horsewomen, Bianca Belair, and maybe Asuka if they build her back up in the way that she was beforehand. And that's only because of the things that they have accomplished in their sport. They are very decorated, so it is believable to me that those 4 or 5 people are able to beat Ronda Rousey clean. Anybody else, I don't believe.
It's Shayna.
Oh, hold up. Okay. So I did the research too. I took out NXT because I'm just considering, since Ronda wasn't in NXT, but that's neither here nor there. So main roster only, since Liv's debut in 2018, she's at a 46% win rate. Asuka is at a 59. Bayley is at a 63. Becky is at a 62. Charlotte is at a 54. Sasha is at a 50. I won't even get into Shayna because her booking's been terrible. So while she and those other 3 people have been on the main roster for years longer, so their win record kind of ups and downs itself. She's beaten people like Bianca, Rhea, Carmella, Zelina, Sasha. She hasn't had the opportunity to fight Charlotte because since she has started getting this push, they really haven't been on the same brand. Same thing with Naomi, Becky, anybody like that. So I agree to a certain extent that Liv hasn't gone on the run as the 4 horsewomen, as Asuka, even as Shayna's in it. Those are easily non-debatable facts. My whole thing is, you were saying that doing your best isn't good enough. And while I believe that that's true to a certain extent, I think that y'all are forgetting the fact that she hasn't been pushed to this extent as a singles competitor, except for the past maybe
because she's average
less than a year. And that's debatable. So if she's average, why haven't they pushed Shayna instead?
Because you know why? I can answer that.
Go ahead.
Shayna does not have sex appeal.
Shayna's not attractive. The whole point.
That's
the whole
totally
point.
fair.
It's
That is
true.
a fair ass point.
100% true. If we being
That is a
honest,
fair
I'm not.
point.
It's true.
And I'm not saying that respect to Liv, beautiful as hell. But we know, and I'm gonna just talk about the Vince McMahon booking. Vince McMahon is going to push the sexiest of women. He was actually,
yes,
I want to say, not gonna say he liked Liv Morgan, but he was being a fond of her. He was giving her opportunities more than fucking Shayna Baszler. The only thing Shayna got is fucking losing to Becky. I mean, after that, she was shit. But sex appeal, and I would stand by that sex appeal.
Oh
and
yeah,
the fact
I
that
100% agree.
That's
Shayna's
100% true.
is the
Oh
reason
yeah, ain't
why she's
nobody gonna deny that.
Yeah,
Vince McMahon is
that's
a dirty old
100% true.
bastard, and the
sex
company
appeal
is 10
is the
times
main
better with
reason
him
why
going.
she's being held back. But promo ability, Shayna got it. In-ring ability, she's not gonna wow you, but what she is gonna make you feel is bad for your opponent because of her wrestling style. She makes you feel in that ring. Once again, she won't wow you, but she will make you feel what she's doing to her opponent. That's the storytelling that she can do on that aspect.
Absolutely, and I absolutely agree with that. I personally thought Shayna should have come up from the main roster and ran through fucking everybody. That's just my personal opinion. I've always been a fan of Shayna. In and outside of the ring, she was hilarious on Up, Up, Down, Down and shit like that. Like, I'm a huge Shayna Baszler fan. My whole thing is, if you just look at the product, and I'm not talking about if somebody who knows nothing about booking, if they are just a casual wrestling fan who just watches wrestling, okay, and they watch from the start of NXT till now,
right?
From the casual viewer standpoint, the person who looks average is Baszler because she went from high to low. Liv has gone from low to high to a champion, so she appears above average. She appears. I did not say she is. I said she appears above average.
Absolutely.
I also have another question. Since y'all believe people can be built up, right?
Absolutely.
So can y'all believe the opposite? Do y'all believe the opposite can happen, where people can be built like just go
Shayna Baszler
straight?
is the perfect definition.
Okay, right. So if someone has been like ran into the ground so much, how is it still believable to you that person will be able to beat like a champion?
I wouldn't say from a casual standpoint, like Pat said, what he's right. He's 100% right on that point. But going back to Jason's point, if we looking at untapped potential, and if we just look at the basic logistics of wrestling, right, and we compare Shayna Baszler and Liv Morgan, Shayna clears. Besides sex appeal, Liv Morgan doesn't have shit on Shayna. Now, would I say it's believable for Shayna to beat Liv right now? No, it's not. The way how she's been booked, the same way how you guys talk about Liv being booked, the way Shayna's being booked, it's not believable. But if we, like I said, if we looking at the logistics of promo ability, Shayna clears. In-ring ability, Shayna clears. Storytelling, Shayna clears. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring up NXT, but when NXT was there, she was a draw. You know what I'm saying? She can draw if you give her the opportunity. I do see what y'all saying, but if we looking at the grand aspect of things, Liv is not better than Shayna.
Yeah.
Another point. I don't agree with Jason's point of if you're average, that's not going to cut it. Because are you saying that Cesaro's average, Jason? Do you believe Cesaro's average?
No, that's not. I said you can be. What I said was that you can do y'all said she busting her ass right in the company. I said you can be in a company for as long as you want. You can bust your ass. You can do your best. But sometimes your best is not good enough. Sometimes your best is not good enough to be great. That's what I said.
But then you doubled down and said she's not, because she's average. If she was good,
she is.
If she was good, she would have been booked better, or she would have been received well. And I don't agree with that.
If she was above average, she would have had those opportunities because she already had sex appeal. Well, if that's the case, then we just gonna have to agree to disagree on that. Then,
so that's an agree to disagree.
That's
agree to disagree.
Now, Tio, I saw you was gonna bring up Cesaro. Everybody in here can agree. The main thing that held Cesaro back was the fact that he had one, like the Swiss Superman. Like, I don't see how you can incorporate that as a character in terms of in-ring, but the fact this dude couldn't talk. He's not a good talker. He had everything from the in-ring skills, from the look to everything, but he just does not have the ability to draw, and he does not have the mic skills. That's what held Cesaro back. But Cesaro, Ring of Honor, or Claudio,
fucking love him, but that's why he didn't succeed. They gave him the spotlight with Roman, and you guys know that. They gave him the spotlight with Roman.
Of course.
And Vince basically told him, show me what you can do out there with Roman. The match itself, the storytelling, bro, mwah, chef's fucking kiss. The fact that Roman had to take out one of his arms, beautiful. That's how you neutralize somebody like Cesaro. But on the mic, come on, man. Cesaro wasn't even 1% of Roman.
But my point is, if they want to make you something, they will. Look at Almost. Almost can't talk at all, but they still have him on the show. They still have him featured. I just don't agree with that point of if like just because someone is average, like if they not pushed to the moon, they're average. Like
now,
they don't make because they're average.
Omos is a different story. I saw Omos as a future Vince guy where he was going to be world champ. Now it's a little bit different with Triple H.
Yeah. Of course.
So I'm not going to really.
Yeah, I think the thing with Omos is whether he's good or not, is a draw strictly because he's tall. He's like the Great Khali. People come to see the Great Khali wrestle just because he's freaking massive.
Size,
he's terrible, but they come. It's the same reason people come and watch Hornswoggle fight.
Hey, but over time though, Omos, I'm not going to say he's amazing in the ring. He's still pretty bad, but you can see the growth of Omos though. His match with Bobby Lashley did do a lot in that match. But his match against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, he grew. You know what I'm saying?
Finally took a bump.
Fucking took a suplex. But you can see with wrestlers, you can see the growth. What I'm saying is, I seen Liv, she bust her ass, but if we're comparing promo ability in ring, I don't see like if y'all play fucking NBA 2K, you know the line that stays right there when you about to get drafted. Like that's the way I see Liv. She's like she hasn't moved an inch. My personal opinion, she has not moved an inch in terms of in-ring ability, in terms of character work, in terms of fucking promo skills. She has not gotten better. She's been the same.
Let me
go ahead, or whoever was going. I'll let whoever go.
This is one thing I can say that I believe you can watch these two matches and you can see the very visible improvement in Liv Morgan.
Right.
And both matches she lost, but in different ways. The match against Ronda Rousey on Raw, I think it might have been the first time they matched up. Liv still had the fucking pink hair and shit. Sarah Logan and Ruby Riott were still outside the ring.
Right.
Ronda beat her. Had to be like a minute 40. She got her ass whooped. I watched that this morning. I was cringing. That shit was bad. You know what I'm saying? But fast forward to her match at day one with Becky. She lost that match. Liv in that match pulled out more moves than she did the whole sunset flip off the turn. Those are moves that she never did before. That right there, you can see you can see a growth. Am I saying that she went from fucking the worst wrestler ever to the best in the world? No. But that right there, even her build to that match, I think Becky is a part of this too. I think Becky is I've been hating on her for a while because I hate her heel run, but I can't ignore it. I feel like Becky is one of those people that brings the best out of people. So even in the promo when Liv came out with all the black coat on, and they were doing the contract signing, that was the most focus I've seen Liv Morgan in her whole career. I think you can attest those two time periods. Her first match against Ronda, all the way to her match against Becky Lynch at day one. Both matches she lost, but in both scenarios, not only did she improve from her overall presence in the ring, but she really had people on that Raw crowd looking like, okay, maybe she's fucking serious this time. She lost, yeah, but like maybe this is the reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is the reason why you can even think to have this debate right here.
All right, may I?
Go ahead.
Whenever you finish, dog. Whenever you finish, dog. Go ahead. You were still talking.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
All right. So I just want to say, in terms of her doing the sunset flip on day one, I don't think that shows growth. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that she did a big spot, but one big spot does not show growth. Like, I don't want to compare her to Seth Rollins, but if you look at a guy like Seth Rollins, it's the same shit. Curb stomp, Falcon Arrow, suicide dive, all that shit. It's still amazing because Seth is amazing in the ring. Seth is good in the ring. Look at somebody like Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks does the same fucking moves. Bank statement, knees, fucking all the fucking dive over the top. She does all that shit. But it's like she's good at what the fuck she does. Liv, to me, seems like a person in a match where she has to do something big, like a sunset flip, to get some sort of reaction. She doesn't have that. she doesn't have the in-ring skill reaction that a Sasha Banks or Rhea Ripley has, because quite frankly, she's just average in the ring. She doesn't bring that out of people. And I feel like that sunset flip in that match at day one, it's more so Becky basically giving her the chance to do whatever she wants in an attempt to try to get her over as much as in ring. And to me, it failed.
Well, okay, and see, my whole thing is, I agree. Like, and I'm going back to, I'm not disagreeing with anything Jason is saying. My whole thing is like, we say that we haven't seen any growth in Liv over the past however many years it's been. Okay. And my whole thing is, while I can agree to a certain extent with that, if you, again, and I'll leave it up to anybody out there. If you exclude Sasha, Bailey, if you exclude the 4 horsewomen, Ronda, and now Bianca, can anybody name anything of note that any other woman has done in the past 3 years, 4 years?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea won the WWE.
Rhea won at WrestleMania.
Alexa.
Right. Okay.
She beat Asuka. She was tag champ. Like Rhea been putting in work.
Okay. So I'll give Rhea her flowers on that. So
Yeah,
here's
so
my
wait, who'd
thing.
you say? My bad. So who'd you say?
I
You
said,
said the 4 horsewomen.
Take out the 4 horsewomen, Bianca now, and I mean, yeah, really. Well, Becky's one of the horsewomen.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I'll also throw Asuka in there. As much as Asuka was a very watered down NXT version, Asuka's also been putting in work. Multiple time champ, tag champ. She was over as the Kabuki Warriors when she was tag champ.
Okay, so here's my
Raw Women's champ, Money in the Bank winner. She's been putting in work too.
I'm okay, and I'm good. Not trying to step on anybody's toes here, but I wouldn't give Asuka Money in the Bank winner any kind of group.
So would you consider that as a title win then? As a title win, because it was for the title.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll give her that. Yeah, because
we'll give her the title win.
Yeah, okay, so we'll give her that. Okay, so my whole thing is, Vince very obviously handpicked the people who he wanted to be his top women's division, however,
Absolutely.
3, 4, 5, however many of them there are. Okay, the others, Liv, Dana, Tamina. God, man, the more I name it, just gets sadder and sadder.
Throw Natalia in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Natalia, and all them other people like that. Marie wouldn't even really, whatever. But those who are lower on the card have had to work harder to get over, not necessarily with, what's the right term? I hate to call us marks, but we kind of are. Because we're kind of marks.
We are, man.
We know this much about the business that we're marks at this point. So those extra people have had to learn to get over with not necessarily the marks like us, but with casual fans. And Liv has done that. That is why Liv is getting the push that she is now. While she may not have grown to us because we know, well, she's, she ain't doing that well on her promos. She ain't doing that well in the ring. Like we haven't seen her any kind of phenomenal growth. To the casual viewer, because she has gotten over, they see Liv more. And they say, oh, okay, this girl, little tiny spunky blonde girl got heart, and she's picking up wins over bigger names. Like that's someone that they want to push. Does that mean that she's awful? Well, obviously not, because I think if she was in the same position as all the others, someone else would have risen up instead.
I get the whole point with the casual viewers, and I agree with you. But I feel like the whole casual thing, it plays to an extent. Things still need to be believable. And why I do see your point on Liv Morgan. I feel like even from her winning the title, what I personally look for when people are being built up is win streaks leading up to their big moment. Like I mentioned with fucking Karrion Kross. You know what I'm saying? Bro went through Dijakovic, went through fucking Ciampa, and then beat fucking Keith Lee. He went through like the big boys of the big boys. And then when he got injured, dropped the title, he didn't instantly get the belt back. He fucking went through Damian Priest, who at the time was a former North American champion, had credibility. And then he beat Legado de Fantasma, where Santos Escobar at the time was NXT Cruiserweight champion. In my eyes, the greatest Cruiserweight champion in WWE history, if we're being real. And fucking instantly went to Balor. So what I'm saying is, casual viewers, okay, but there still needs to she still needs to have that mean streak, that win streak to build up to that moment. You know what I'm saying? You can have her beat Ronda, but it wouldn't, in my opinion, look as good because it's like, who has she beaten leading up to that? Did she lose? Did she lose a match leading up to that? You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying, "Hey, yo, bro, Beast Boy can beat the shit out of Superman on the gang. He could, man. I'm telling you, man. No, he can't. That's like me saying, "Hey, bro, Scorpion, bro, he could beat Shao Kahn one-on-one." No, the fuck he can't. You got to be built up. Every story has a build up. Every fictional thing has a build up. What they haven't done is live up to that point.
That's what the Money in the Bank was supposed to be for.
Like you ever seen the movie Rocky? Yeah, everybody's seen Rocky. What does Rocky do? You know, to tune up to his fights. Works hard, builds himself up, puts on more weight. The dude he goes back to his roots. You know what I'm saying? He gets built up to beat a guy like Ivan Drago and shit. Or beat fucking Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, whatever the fuck. Like he was built up. Everything is all built up. Liv has not gotten to that point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in that vein, okay, 2006, okay, out of nowhere, literally, because in my opinion, the second greatest wrestler of all time passed away. They gave Ray a win at the Rumble and then gave him the world title. At the time, Ray wasn't doing a whole lot. I'm not saying he wasn't doing anything, I'm saying he wasn't doing a whole lot.
Right.
They gave him that based off of, well, basically because I don't know, maybe Vince was confused. Maybe Vince was confused and he thought they were, just because they were Mexican, they were related. But my whole thing is like that turned into a flop. I don't know about y'all, but personally, I think Rey Mysterio's world title run.
I think he had a failed title run.
It was a horrible title run. Okay, I'm not saying that Liv's title run isn't going to flop. It very well might. With the way it's being booked right now, I'm not leaning in one way or the other, but it's not looking great. I'm saying I think right now it's too early to judge. Because let's say she picks up, and whether it's like a roll up, like say Ronda like goes for like something in the corner and hits it, and she hits a roll up and it's a quick, backslide and it's clean, and that starts Liv off on I beat Ronda Rousey, I'm the greatest ever, and then starts on a heel run that she starts doing all kinds of shit to win. That builds that.
Here's what I think.
But hold on, real quick.
Go ahead, Mitri. Go ahead, dog.
You talked about Rey Mysterio and them giving him the spot, bro. They give people certain spots because of the things they've done in the past, like
credibility.
Rey Mysterio in the past, we've seen him in the cruiserweight division, right? And then he worked his way up into tag team division with Eddie Guerrero winning tag team titles. He was with Edge winning tag team titles. And then he branched off into the singles division where he was fighting people like Kurt Angle, having matches with Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania. So that background that Rey Mysterio had is ammo for Rey Mysterio to be winning the Royal Rumble. Maybe he won the Royal Rumble because
he won because
circumstances, yeah, sure. But he also had background, like he had matches under his belt. He had performances that showed Rey Mysterio can do this shit. Like WrestleMania with Eddie, Kurt Angle at SummerSlam. Those are big names. He had great matches with them. So he showed that he can do something, and then they gave him the world title. What we're saying is Liv Morgan, she hasn't had that type of booking yet. She's had wins and she has losses, but she has not had a string of
success.
A string of success.
Hold on.
A string of success go ahead. To where we're saying, oh yeah, Liv Morgan has done this, and this. So now I can see her winning the world title. She won the Money in the Bank because she's popular, like y'all said. The fans are behind Liv Morgan because y'all seen what she can do against Becky Lynch, right? So the WWE sees that she's popular, and the WWE sees that the fans are behind Liv Morgan. Sometimes with the Money in the Bank, they give it to people that are popular. And then when they win the title, it's a pop. Yay, Liv Morgan won, or yay, whoever won. In this case with Liv Morgan, she won the Money in the Bank because she's popular. Like, I want y'all to, after I'm done, Liv Morgan in the ring, has it improved? Liv Morgan, her character work, has it improved? Her any rivalry she's had or memorable things Liv Morgan has done to where we're like, okay, Liv Morgan did that. Oh yeah, she deserves this. Y'all said she works hard. Everybody works hard, but then you have to factor in the character work. You have to factor in the build to being credible. You have to factor in all that shit because right now, you said it's too early to judge Liv Morgan. It's too early for her to be
No,
the
I said it's
champion.
too early to judge her title reign.
Nobody cares about her title reign yet, but um, Liv Morgan, she shouldn't have won the title in the first place. Not yet, because she hasn't done. She's in the past. What has she really done yet? And y'all can answer that when I'm done. But it's like a build. Superstars have built to the championship. Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H, all of them.
Even John Cena. John Cena went through a tournament before he beat JBL in Mania.
John Cena, all of them. Look, they started off doing what? They weren't the top guys when they first started. Liv Morgan is just starting her singles career. Really, honestly, like Liv Morgan has not been a singles competitor where she's the spotlight that long. It's only been like a few months. Like after the Riot Squad, she came back and she was gay to Lana. Where did that lead her? Nowhere. So where's the credibility at? I'm trying to figure that out. So, like I said, Bobby Lashley is another one. They all were built up to the title. They didn't win the title and then be built up with the championship. That doesn't make sense. All those guys are named. You can look at their growth. Batista was the Deacon, then he was with Evolution, then he became the Animal. You've seen his growth. The same with Randy Orton. He came in and he was whatever he was, a rookie.
Legend Killer.
Then he joined Evolution, then he became the Legend Killer, and then he won the title. He had credibility because of the things he's already done before that, previous to that.
I think Liv at a case right now, to me, this is what it looks like. Liv is being made by the title. She's not making it. And I see that as an issue. I'm gonna go back to what Pat said. Is it too early to judge her title reign? Absolutely. She hasn't had it for fucking 2 months yet. You know what I'm saying? She deserves a chance. But we in this debate today. We arguing about today. And today, at this current age, Liv Morgan not being built up, Liv Morgan not having any credibility to her name, is she credible to beat Ronda Rousey? And that's no. Now, given if she beats Shayna Baszler at Clash at the Castle, will that start a mean streak for her? I fucking absolutely sure hope it fucking does. Shit, yeah. If she beats Shayna and then you build somebody else up, like fucking, like let's say Sasha Naomi come back, you have Naomi come back, she beat Naomi, like she got to beat people with credibility for me to see her as credible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Batista did the same thing. John Cena did the same thing. Like we need to see her beat big names. You know what I'm saying? Consistently too. Not beat Sasha, lose, win, lose, and win. We need to see her absolutely dominate and saying, this is my division. We have not seen her be booked to that. Granted, it is booking, but I mean, it's not to that standard.
Okay,
so what does it mean?
Hold on.
Go ahead, too.
Go ahead.
So basically, what you're saying is wins alone make people credible. It's win. And first of all, I didn't know when.
God.
Hold on. First of all, I didn't know when. I don't know when this turned into just a credibility debate. I thought it was a believability debate.
You need credibility to be believable, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Exactly.
You were nobody.
Yes.
If you were nobody, like even when Ronda came to the WWE, right? She didn't immediately go after the title. I mean, in her rookie year, but she was still built up. And even then, so when she got her first Raw Women's title match against Nia Jax, she didn't win. That was interrupted by Alexa. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, absolutely, wins aren't the only thing to make you look credible. You can lose.
Okay. I'm glad we got that.
But we haven't seen Liv lose and look amazing. Day one, she looked good, but she didn't look amazing.
We haven't seen Liv take Becky to the limit.
No.
Twice to the fact where Becky had to cheat to win on Raw.
I don't think that was Becky's limit. No. Absolutely. That's just
okay.
No way.
So hold on. So
Becky's limit was Survivor Series against Charlotte. That was her limit.
But look, the whole
the believability thing and the whole power scaling thing, right? Okay, right. So the story with Becky and Bianca was Becky had to cheat every time to beat Bianca because Becky just couldn't beat Bianca. So that's a trait with Becky. Every time she can't beat someone, she's gonna cheat. So on that night on Monday Night Raw, she couldn't beat Liv, so she cheated. She held the ropes. So did that not make Liv look good in a way?
I don't. Not in my eyes, because I still even.
Okay, so that's an opinion thing then.
Even with
that's an opinion
with
thing.
Or without the
that's
cheating,
subjective, exactly.
Even with or without the cheating, it's just I don't see. Even in that time frame, I still didn't believe, no matter what way Liv can beat Becky. Like I can watch a match and still think this person ain't gonna fucking win. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. My whole point with Liv is I just need her, well not need, but like I would like to see her before she won the title go on a mean streak. And even with this title, like think of it like a fucking video game. She beat Shayna. That's level 1. If they build Ronda up as his fucking final boss, and Liv has went through a whole bunch of people with credibility, and they have fucking final boss Ronda and Liv, who has beaten all these motherfuckers, yo, and actually have Liv beat Ronda, then that looks credible because Liv took out big fucking credible names. She has not done that, is what we keep on reiterating and saying. Y'all talking in circles. We trying to see who has she beaten, what mean streak has she gone on, but what has she done.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Let me say something real quick, bro.
Go ahead.
It's also not just about wins and losses why she's not believable to beat Ronda. It's her character. It's her character itself.
That's good. I'll agree with that because I have the same problem with Austin Theory. I got the same problem with Austin Theory, so I'll agree with that.
I think my whole thing is like in the build up to Liv, and let's just go from like what she's really been pushed hard the last 4 months, 5 months, give or take.
Give or take, yeah.
In that time, Charlotte's been gone, Sasha's been gone, Naomi's been gone, Becky was out, Bayley was out. Who is she supposed to beat to give credibility to?
That's the question I was gonna ask them too. Like, who would y'all have Liv beat?
Because if you ask about anybody else, Bianca she beat, Rhea she beat, Natalya she beat, Shotzi she beat, she beat all of these other people. She can't fight the biggest and baddest that y'all give the credibility to because they're not here. But
here's the thing:
if that's the vein, then you just keep the title on Ronda for longer, which that's a whole other debate for another story. You can't build up a star to go on a mean streak if there's no one to go on a mean streak against.
If that's a fact, then why would you think she should beat Ronda Rousey?
What do you mean?
Why would she believe beat Ronda Rousey?
I just answered your question.
Because
who else
would there be to beat?
Listen, you said
there because
if they're not there, who's she gonna be credible to beat?
Okay, hold on.
She's not credible.
Hey,
why would she
is
be able to beat
Liv
Ronda?
credible? Is Liv credible to beat Shayna? Yes or no?
No.
Yes,
How?
Yeah, I mean,
Why?
Shayna's character.
Shayna's character.
What?
Shayna's character.
But hold on. But
Where
Liv
she
has
presents
the win.
herself.
Wait.
If Liv had a better character, then yes.
Hold on. Wait. So Liv has the wins, right? Shayna doesn't have the wins, especially this year. She just wants.
That's what makes her credible.
Raquel.
That's what makes her credible to beat Shayna. Shayna been taking L's.
Okay, but hold on. But your teammate saying that Liv not credible to beat Shayna though. Because of her character.
Credible because she hasn't been built up. But here's the thing.
Thank you.
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. You guys are saying that all these big names are gone, right? That they're gone, so she can't beat them. At the end of the day, it all comes down to she still hasn't beaten them, so she still has no credibility.
Beat Sasha.
She has not. Did she lose matches after that? Did she lose some momentum after that?
Did she beat her or not?
Therefore,
hold on.
Therefore, that shit's gone.
But look. If we using Ronda's UFC background as her credibility, right?
That's
like using that as a part of it. We using that. Hold on. But we're not gonna act like when people say, "Oh man, Liv couldn't beat Ronda." Ronda's like a former UFC fighter, bro. She hasn't fought in the UFC since when was her last? 2014, 15. And y'all are saying
that's not the only thing.
Hey, and Lewis. Hey, Ronda lost her last 2 fights in the UFC. I just want to remind you of that.
She did.
She lost right
I'm a
after
big
that.
UFC watcher.
She lost right after that. Hold on.
I got this. Hold on. I'm a big UFC watcher too, because what we're not gonna do is disrespect Olympic boxer Holly Holm. What we're not gonna do is disrespect the GOAT, Amanda Nunes. She lost to two of the greatest women's fighters. I'll let you talk, dog.
Okay, go ahead, Lewis.
She lost to two of the greatest women's fighters in mixed martial arts history. We're not gonna downplay like she got cooked by some nobodies. She got cooked by the GOAT, and she got cooked by one of the best in that division of all time.
But she lost though. You're sitting up here saying it don't matter if Liv beat Sasha because she lost. Like she lost after that. Like did the win cancels out? I guess.
It does. That's why she retired. She got out of the fight game. That's what happened.
I'm actually agree with Lewis there. Like the people that Ronda lost to, she got her ass kicked by two of the greatest ever. My whole thing is like, y'all, let's say for wrestling's sake, for just wrestling's sake, you knew nothing about that. Ronda didn't have the UFC pedigree that she has.
Right.
Completely take that off of Ronda's. Any kind of skill that she has developed in the UFC, take it off the table for just a minute. Okay?
Right.
Now insert her in the past, 3 years that she's been in the WWE?
Right.
Okay? You take away all of those skills. If you are putting just wrestling comparatives against each other, Liv wins that because Liv has been doing it longer. Liv has built it longer. She was a tag team. She was a manager. She did NXT. She did the main roster. She has built that. Ronda.
So we doing hypotheticals, right?
That's basically what that is.
So y'all are saying that
let's
Ronda's
take
credibility doesn't come from her UFC pedigree.
You want to take away her? That's her character, though, bro. How are you gonna just strip her of her whole thing? Like I remember Theo said, "Let's take away all her UFC shit." The nickname they're using in WWE, the baddest woman on the planet, that started in UFC.
Yep.
So that's the character she's portraying. So you're basically saying strip away her character just so Liv can beat her. That makes no sense.
No,
but if we're doing that, right? We're using her UFC background as ammo. Why can't that same logic be applied to other guys though? Like what? Who are some guys? Riddle? Shinsuke.
Riddle went on a 4-fight win streak.
Was he?
Hold on,
was he champion as long as she was?
Bro, if we being honest, if you want to talk pound for pound of UFC, we can definitely talk about it. UFC. Riddle used his MMA background to transition into professional wrestling. Riddle was on a 4-fight win streak. We're not gonna act like Riddle was a bum. Not saying
Riddle got kicked out. Riddle got kicked out of the UFC too.
He got kicked out of the UFC for smoking. That's what it is.
Yeah,
but he was on a 4-fight win
marijuana.
streak. And look at Riddle's style within the WWE. Why is he so successful? One, because he has character. He's funny as hell. His character's a fucking stoner. But in that ring, he can go with anybody because of that MMA style.
But he's hold on,
Hold on. This is my thing, and I want a genuine answer from anybody. Okay.
Okay.
We asked earlier we said earlier that the only reason why Ronda is this believable and is this big star and why everybody's giving Ronda her flowers is because of her UFC pedigree and what she had accomplished. And a bunch of y'all said, no, that's not the only thing. So I'm saying if it's not, so if we take that off the table, what makes Ronda better than Liv Morgan? That is what I'm asking.
Her in-ring work.
Her in-ring ability, I say, is better than Liv Morgan. In-ring ability, promo skills, they're the same. But you're absolutely right. We do take that away, which is a big part of Ronda, by the way. We're not just going to sweep this under the rug. This is Ronda's career. Ronda came from UFC. Ronda, don't make me go on the whole spiel of Ronda, but Ronda's Ronda. You're right. On a whole wrestling aspect of it, Liv would be better. But we're not talking hypotheticals. We talking about right now, man.
Okay. It's also Ronda's
if we're talking
power,
right now,
her in-ring.
We're talking right now, okay? As of right now, whether y'all like it or not, Liv Morgan is 2-0 against Ronda. That should be believability right there.
That's a fact.
We're talking about right now. She's 2-0. She's the only woman.
So when you put it on that, this is where context come involved. Liv cashed in on Ronda, a weak Ronda, and the second time they faced off, it was Y'all can even admit it yourself. It was a bullshit finish. She
Yes.
tapped out. She tapped out
I'm
before
not
3.
saying it's not. I am not saying that
No,
it is
but
not.
what you're saying though is she is 2-0. You're absolutely right. On paper, she's 2-0, but this is where context come in. What has she done to make it believable that she can beat Ronda in those 2 matches? Because healthy Ronda was ragdolling her ass all over that ring. I don't know if you saw the same match I was, but she was getting
Yeah,
judo
bell to bell.
throwed
I'll
and
be honest,
everything.
I didn't watch the whole
Bell
match. I
to
went to
bell,
school,
bro. She was
Bro,
beating that
she was
bitch
getting
ass.
fucked. She was getting fucked before that finish. So please tell me, and I want y'all to tell me right now, and I'm only talking about these 2 matches where she's 2-0 on, and she's so believable. In those 2 matches, when what was so believable about her being Ronda? Like,
You know
besides
something?
Money in the Bank, weak Ronda.
That is what makes it believable. The ref counted to 3.
Hold on.
She won.
One second.
Context come into play though.
One second. And that just reminded me of something. And I'm gonna bring my favorite wrestler into this because I feel that he's had a similar upbringing as far as the wrestling goes to Liv Morgan.
Hey, Lost, hold up. I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta go eat dinner. I didn't know we was gonna go this long.
All right, yo.
But it was good having this debate with y'all. I'll
Be
holler
safe,
at
bro.
y'all later.
All right,
See you,
KG.
I see you.
Be safe, yo. What was I talking about? Oh, Jeff. Yeah.
Who was that? I'm talking about Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy's whole beginning to becoming WWE champion. I've always felt like there's certain wrestlers in this specific company that their main match production, like when they're backstage and they're writing the matches, a lot of the time the match is set up for them to get beat up throughout the whole match and then for them to have a quick spurt at the end and win. I see it in Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy, a lot of his matches, you watch him back, he's getting his ass whooped. And then he finds a way, hits a twist fail there, a swanton, and then like they'll kick out at 3 and then Jeff will just barely get it. Or even how I think RK Bro wrestles, and I hate the way that they used to do this. Riddle used to get his ass whooped for most of the match. Then he tags in Randy, and then they have the little, and then Randy comes in and he gets the win. You know what I'm saying? I think that is part of what I think that's the thing that is being built with Liv Morgan. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I was terrified because she was getting her ass whipped. I can't cap. She was getting her ass whipped against Ronda the second time. I'm sitting like, what the fuck? Because it wasn't even a contest at that point. That's why I was really so mad at how they ended it. But my whole thing is I just never understand why you have this.
Why can't an underdog champion be believable?
Yeah, and even besides that,
let me.
Let Jason go, bro. He didn't let him talk, bro. Jason, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead,
Before we get to that,
Go ahead.
I know there was a rumor that we had what's his name, Tyson Fury and Drew McIntyre. There was a possibility they could fight Clash of Cats. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But I know that was a rumor going around that we may see Tyson Fury versus Drew McIntyre. Tyson Fury got fucking hands.
Yeah.
He knocked niggas out. Yeah. So to me, it's like, does Tyson Fury have the credentials to just come in there and whoop the shit out of Drew McIntyre?
Bro,
just off of his boxing record, just off his boxing background.
But Ronda Rousey didn't come in and beat somebody just like that. She was in the tag team match, and then she started doing stuff in the ring where you've seen she took what she did in the UFC into the WWE. So in those matches, you've seen what Ronda Rousey could do. We didn't see Ronda Rousey come from the UFC, beat the fuck out of somebody because she's from the UFC. We've seen Ronda Rousey use what she did in the UFC and use it with the WWE, and then she was beating people. Like her first match was a tag team match. And then we see what Ronda Rousey can do. She was fucking up with Triple H and shit like that. And then she started doing stuff. She didn't just come straight in because she's from the UFC. Oh yeah, this is Ronda from the UFC. Just beat the fuck out of everybody right away. It wasn't like that. But she came in and then showed what she can do before she started beating people. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's like an introduction,
you're
pretty
right
much.
about that. You're right about that. But the presentation of Ronda, when she first brought in there, because look, where was Ronda's first match at in that tag match at?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania fucking 34. That like they call it the grandest stage of them all. Ronda came in from UFC and she immediately got put into the WrestleMania spot. Now I know that's the whole celebrity draw aspect of the WrestleMania. They gotta have
it is. That's all it is.
But at the same time, I don't agree with the fact that during that time you had so many people, so many women backstage that will never get to that point. And I understand that they had Ronda's UFC background and they brought her over as that draw, and they said we're gonna have her in this match. But I always felt away from that moment, and maybe if this is my feelings, then that's just the way it is. Maybe it's just a me shit. Maybe it's just me feeling away. But when you have so many people backstage who never get a lick of what Ronda Rousey got just off of something that she did in another company, like if me being on TikTok, and I have a YouTube channel as well. If I came from YouTube and I was like, all right, guys, follow me because I have a YouTube, because I did all the shit here on YouTube, follow me on TikTok as well. Those two things do not correlate because, of course, they are like MMA and WWE are similar. YouTube and TikTok are similar. They're both social media platforms. But I don't think that you should do all this stuff here, and no matter how similar it is. Look, they had all these fucking.
All right,
you guys,
so
I'm sure you guys have seen the memes of like people like LeBron.
Also-
and LeBron in his prime can knock out Mike Tyson, or LeBron in his prime can be a cornerback for the Cowboys. You can't bring something from one company and carry it over. That would never correlate with me. Bringing something that you did here does not
why
mean
she
that
worked
you can
at it,
bring it
remember?
here.
Also,
But Ronda's
why she
work
worked
is
at
not
it.
the same as
I
other
want to
people's
go back
work.
to that. I want to go back. So,
also-
Love, you said
and
you
Ronda's
can't
work was
bring-
different.
She
So, Love,
trained though. She trained.
Of course, she's a wrestler. I hope she's
no,
trained.
she
'Cause
trained.
she's fucking hurt.
Of course, she trained.
So,
My
Love,
point- no, my point is
Everybody
my point-
trains.
My
All
point
wrestlers
is,
train.
Like y'all said, everyone worked
Bruh.
hard.
My
Alright, Love,
point
Love,
is,
Love, let me
she
say
didn't
this,
come from the
though.
UFC and just do what you're saying. She trained like everybody else did, and then she got her spot. She got her spot because of her name. They want big
Right.
names at WrestleMania. She's a celebrity. She's one of the biggest celebrities in the world. That's what they want at WrestleMania. That's what they do as WWE. They always do that. And then people always lose their spot to celebrities. There's people
That's
that
fucked, bro. Isn't
That's
that,
how it's-
does that make sense to you? Like the fact that
That's
What
how
you
it's
gotta
all that
always
shit that she did
been.
over here.
Do you want to
understand the
change it?
WWE
You want to change the
aspect.
It's
past?
business, man.
It's
Fuck,
business,
bro.
man.
You
And
wanna
that's the
change the
thing.
past?
And that's the thing. I've always wanted to just rip that shit to shreds because the fucking the grandeur of the fact that the celebrity can come in here and take an opportunity for someone who's back there working for that shit, that will never correlate with me. And Ronda is the biggest aspect of that because promo or not, was it real or not, I do not think that Ronda Rousey has the respect and the passion for this business the way
She
that
doesn't.
everyone other people do. And the reason why I say that is because when Ronda Rousey made the call backstage for Liv Morgan to win, the main quote here was like, Liv Morgan is the most passionate in that locker room. If Ronda Rousey knew, why the fuck doesn't anybody else know? If Ronda Rousey knew that, looked at Liv Morgan, and Ronda can say, and I know she has an ego, but shit, she's fucking Ronda Rousey. I understand that. But if she's in her sense, she can say, you know what? I may be able to whoop her ass if I went out there and smacked the shit out of her right now. But damn, I think she deserves it. Damn, I think that a lot of the championships and opportunities and camera time and press that I got when I soon walked here just because of what I did with Dana White, I got immediately, and Liv Morgan hasn't got a look at that. Let's give her a shot. Why are we just looking past that as if that's just circumstance? Ronda Rousey knew.
So let me.
Ronda
let me ask
Rousey
you
saw
about this.
the shit in Liv Morgan. Ronda Rousey saw the dog in her before we even knew that she was going to win. When she saw her coming down the ramp and she was crying, we knew right there. But we didn't know that Ronda Rousey made that call. The fact that Ronda Rousey, not only she made that call, but she had to pull to make that call. She had to. Her words.
Man.
Heavy back.
Oh my god!
I can't wait to hear this next one.
Her words backstage are so heavy that when she says, "I want Liv to win this," they were like,
That's
"You know
a
what,
fact,
Ronda,
bro.
you're right." And that to me is like, okay, not only is that taking her wrestling ability, that's taking her like y'all said, her name value, her draw, and like I said 1,000 times, you can never take that away. But I will never be in the sense where you have her back there and she says, "I want her to do this," and she does it, and now just because of two fucked up decisions, we're like, yeah, no, fuck that. Why are we not seeing the thing the same way Ronda's seeing?
All right.
Why's Ronda jaded in
I want
this?
to ask you a
We're not.
question, Love.
Love came to play today.
Love, let me ask you a question, Love.
That's all I want to know.
Do you fuck with Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
A big reason why Kurt Angle is so successful in the WWE is the fact that he was an Olympic gold medalist. And look back at his rookie year, he whipped everybody's ass. Won the European title, Intercontinental title, held both at the same time. Bro won the WWF title. He won because of off his fucking name. So my issue right now, and here's my issue with this: if you guys have a problem with Ronda using her other profession as ways to get inside the WWE and be successful in WWE, use that same fucking energy for Kurt Angle. The fact that this man was an Olympic gold medalist and he came in and cut the line ahead of other people that were working just as hard as anybody else, bro. Kurt
We live in
Angle
a different era. We live in a different era.
We live in a social media era, my guy. That was
we
Kurt
live in a
Angle
different
in his
era.
rookie
We
year.
live in a social media era where Ronda was on talk shows, where Ronda has been in movies, where Ronda has done all of these things. Like, if you can go back and you're not going to see Kurt Angle in a fucking random action movie before he debuted.
Bro, he was bringing gold. He was bringing his gold medal every time. That's why he was pushed, bro. The same way you guys are saying we're not. So you, the main thing now, you're bringing up the whole, movies and shit. That's valid. But at the end of the day, if we're talking about people who came in and cut ahead of the line because of what they did in their profession, Kurt Angle got pushed to the moon because he was WWE's first Olympic gold medalist. He cut the line. Yeah. He held the IC title and the European title at the same time and cut ahead of the line and became world fucking champion.
So wouldn't that contradict y'all point that I've made? People say Ronda's believable because she's a UFC fighter.
You guys are mad at Ronda for fucking having a profession in the UFC. Where's the energy for Kurt fucking Angle?
Because Kurt Angle wasn't brought in as a draw. Kurt Angle was not brought in as a draw. Kurt Angle, Vince McMahon wasn't like, oh, I see Kurt doing stuff.
He pushed him because he was the Olympic gold medalist.
No, he brought Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle was a wrestler.
He pushed him to be world champion and be double mid-card champion. Is that
But Kurt Angle's a better wrestler than Ronda Rousey is.
Nobody knew that in the beginning though. Like Kurt Angle in the beginning was winning right off the bat, like right in the beginning. Like he was in the beginning of his career when Kurt Angle first came. Within like 2 months of being on the main roster, he won the European title. Then he won the Intercontinental Championship. Then after that, he won King of the Ring. Then he beat The Rock to become WWE Champion, who The Rock was the biggest star in the company at that time because Stone Cold wasn't there. Then he won the 6-man Hell in a Cell with superstars like Undertaker, Rikishi, Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, all were in that match. They pushed Kurt Angle to the moon because he was an Olympic gold medalist. That's the main reason they pushed him, because he had that gold medal. They recruited him. If you know the backstory, they recruited.
Problem with that.
They recruited Kurt Angle from the beginning, and Kurt Angle didn't want to come at first. But then when he had to come, he had to do a little bit of thing. But Vince McMahon recruited Kurt Angle back after he won the Olympic gold medal, because he always wanted to push Kurt Angle. So they pushed Kurt Angle strictly because he was an Olympic gold medalist. That has credibility behind Kurt Angle. Okay, he's the first ever Olympic gold medalist in WWE. We haven't had that yet. Let's do something with that, and let's push him to the moon when he first comes. He got pushed on the rocket strap when he first came. He wasn't, like I said, 2 months within the company. He was winning championships. He was beating main event caliber guys. He was winning all types of main event caliber stuff. Ronda Rousey was the same way. She got a valuable name.
No. Ronda came in, did her main event match that she did on Mania, and then dipped for like 2 months, and then came back and did a program with Nia, and then dipped again, and then came back. She dips in and out. It is not.
No. She never did.
No, she never did.
After WrestleMania, she was gone for a little bit, and then she came back, and she was there until the next year of WrestleMania. Stop that.
No, that's.
I ain't gonna lie to you. There was no.
Look at it. After WrestleMania, from when she had the match with Nia Jax, she won the title literally the next month at SummerSlam, and she was there until she won
because she had to be because she had the title. How many times she defended on? How many times did she wrestle at all on regular programming, not pay-per-views?
She wrestled here and there on Raw. She had matches on Raw.
Natalia, Ruby Riot.
Yeah, Ruby Riot. She went through the Riot Squad.
Morgan. Yep.
She wasn't on that.
Hold on. No.
Here's why I got y'all
consistent.
Y'all are trying to tell me that Ronda Rousey wrestling the members of the Riot Squad as compared to Kurt Angle, who's wrestling main event talent every week, is in the same comparison.
Thank you, Pat. And Pat.
No. What we not gonna do that? No, because
you guys they just said that Liv wasn't credible because she wasn't beating big names. Meanwhile, Ronda wasn't beating no big names to get credible. Her first match, she beat Stephanie McMahon. That's not even a wrestler.
Triple H.
We building people up.
Triple H. He was in the match.
She had Kurt Angle on her team.
Triple H and Stephanie.
Did she pin Triple H?
You're not.
But she so did body slam his ass though. I remember
that. To show her ability.
But what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna switch some fucking points, because the whole point I'm trying to make here is you guys are so fucking mad that Ronda came from another fucking profession and got the rocket strapped on her when Kurt Angle was literally a fucking Olympic gold medalist. rocket strapped on him, bro. That's not what we gonna fucking do.
Is Kurt Angle not literally one of the best wrestlers to touch the
That's
WWE
not
ring?
the fucking point,
Nobody
my guy.
knew
You're
that.
not
Nobody
fucking
knew
looking
that.
at it.
He could have came into the WWE and flopped, bro.
Hey, chat, and we'll go back on this. Did Lewis every time Lewis said something of why Liv wasn't credible, he always felt like
hold on.
Said,
what we not gonna do?
He said
you're
he always
about
felt like
Kurt Angle
he
is
said
a,
he
is
always
a
felt
legend.
like Liv.
No, you're trying to change your narrative because you're fucking wrong. You're trying to put in that Kurt Angle
we trying to say
one.
something different.
No, hold on. Because you're
that's what
trying
I'm
to
saying. Every time I'm trying to say something different.
you're trying to switch it. No, you're trying to switch because Kurt Angle is definitely one of the legends of the business. But I'm comparing both their rookie years. They got to where they were at today. Kurt Angle got to where he's at today due to the fact that he was WWE.
What's the difference? Hold on.
gold
But there's a
medalist.
big difference from that, though. There's a big difference. Kurt Angle is one of the
both,
best wrestlers.
They both got to where they were because
I don't care. Hold on. Kurt Angle is one of the best wrestlers to touch one of the best wrestlers to touch.
But nobody knew that at the time he was getting pushed though. You didn't know what his career was gonna be like. You didn't know that from the beginning.
What does that have to? Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, T. No, I'll let you go.
Well, what does that have to? What does that mean though?
That's just everything you just said. You said Kurt Angle was one of the best wrestlers of all time, but nobody knew that at the time he was getting that push.
But why, hold on, why was Kurt Angle getting pushed? Like you said, why was he getting pushed?
Because he's a Olympic gold medalist.
Okay, then that's why we have a problem with Ronda Rousey is because she's getting pushed.
Was it Ronda? Ronda was the inaugural.
But listen. Ronda isn't better than Charlotte Flair. Ronda is not better than that reign than Sasha. Ronda is not better than that reign than Becky or Bayley.
Nobody said
Ronda
she was.
is not. Ronda is not on that level.
Nobody said she was. But the whole point is Kurt Angle got the rocket strap of what he did before WWE. It's the same thing with Ronda. You want to list Ronda's accomplishments, bro. She was the first MMA fighter to win an SBO award.
Here we go.
Not women, not
Here
men.
we go.
The first ever fighter to
How
do
come I
that.
can't
She got
bring
history in her
bring
fucking
up
name.
ESPYs? I can't talk about how she was in
shows
movies,
her
but you can bring up
impact
she was
on the
in ESPYs.
sport. It goes
gave
more
you
than
that,
just
bro.
her. It goes to more than
gave
just
her.
her.
How many other
what she
female
did in
UFC fighters were there?
It's the
How many other
impact
female
she
UFC
did.
fighters were there?
She got her name because of her impact, bro. She got to where
Okay,
she's because she
so
did
hold
her
on.
impact.
Then I'm gonna bring up your point. You said that they strapped the rocket to Kurt Angle, and you're saying that they strapped the rocket to Ronda. Okay, so I'm going to take your exact logic and keep it the same. Okay, I will take your exact logic and keep it the same.
Right.
Okay. When Kurt Angle came into the WWE and got the rocket strapped to him, boom. Who was it? Malik? How long did you say he was in the company before he won the European title? 2 months.
2 months.
Okay, 2 months. So he had however many matches he had, then he had to be a mid-card champion to get that European title. Then however long later, he had to keep winning matches to continue to hold that European title, to beat another mid-card champion to win the Intercontinental title. Okay? Then he had to continue to beat The Rock to win a world championship. Okay?
Right.
He came in, beat Stephanie McMahon, lost to Nia, then beat lower card talent, and then all of a sudden got strapped the title to it. That is the difference in push.
And even so. Oh, my fault. I cut you off.
Wait, what?
It is a difference in the name. Back then, yes, while Kurt Angle was an Olympic gold medalist, again, you weren't seeing Kurt Angle in all of these different aspects of media.
He was a double mid-card champ.
In WWE.
He was a double mid-card champ.
Okay, so again, he was a double mid-card champ. That is
he was
what
a
I'm saying.
double champ.
Are you gonna let me finish?
Not gonna
Are you
downplay
just
that.
I'm not downplaying shit.
We just not gonna downplay it. He was a double champ.
Okay, go ahead, Lou. Since you ain't gonna let anybody else say shit, go ahead.
No, what I'm getting frustrated about is, first of all, we can't. You guys like to talk about booking with the whole Liv shit. Ronda can't control the level of fucking talent that's there. That's not Ronda Rousey. She can't control who's on the level of who's not. She can't control the level. But the point I'm making is they both got fucking pushed.
Oh my god.
What are y'all laughing at, bro?
God. How are you gonna say you're gonna come at me with Ronda can't control the level of talent? You know who we can't either? Liv fucking Morgan.
Oh my god, bro.
God, because
she's not on the level.
Oh my god.
But I don't agree. I don't agree with the fact that you think that Ronda can't control that, because Ronda literally controlled Liv Morgan winning that.
Ronda has pull in the.
She had it in her hands.
Who had the final say so? Vince don't gotta listen to nobody.
You know he listens to you know he listens to Ronda. You know
Come on,
you know
bro.
you notice certain people backstage. I know it doesn't have to.
Anyone that has
You
backstage.
know it doesn't have to,
or
but
not
you
heat,
know there's certain people backstage that if they go to Vince, the Brocks, the Roman Reigns, the Ronda Rouseys,
Absolutely.
the Sasha Banks, if they're backstage and they're like, hey Vince, I think this happened. He'll like, oh, I think you're right, and then he'll do it. This is not something that
Absolutely.
is up for debate. You know that
Just let me know when
that's
I'm
that's
done.
thing.
Did
Because
you say
even
Sasha
so,
Banks?
you know he
Just
loves
let me know
Sasha
when it's my
Banks.
turn.
Don't do that.
Bro, Sasha
You know-
Banks is, bro.
You know he loves Sasha Banks. Come on, don't do that.
Sasha
You know he
Banks.
loves.
Just let me
Come
know when
on.
it's my turn again.
Topic for another day.
She lost at WrestleMania like 50 times, bro.
Just let me know when
yes.
it's my turn.
Hold on. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Jason, go.
Look, because I feel like, once again, after I stopped talking, we done strayed into about 50 different points and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. After the majority of y'all team had already agreed with me. Like, so with that being said, like, I feel like we done had this in the bag since I stopped talking, because the argument was, should Liv Morgan be able to beat Ronda Rousey clean? And
Yes.
my point was no, because she has done nothing to make her credible to beat Ronda Rousey. Would that win give her credibility towards her future title reign and whatnot? Yes, it would. But once again, I don't think she deserves that, because once again, up to this point in her career, she has done nothing credible. No, you can't name me any of her accolades. You can't name me how many fucking titles she won in the past. None. How many? I can do that for other women like that I think are credible. Like Charlotte, she don't won the WWE, she don't won the women's title like fucking 50 million times. So of course I'm gonna believe that she can beat Ronda Rousey because she been top dog. Bianca Belair, she 2-0 at WrestleMania. She don't want she don't won many women's championships and whatnot. So it's just like I feel like we keep on talking in circles when I think it was even Pat. Pat, I feel like you had agreed with me at one point. Like, I gave y'all the stats. I gave y'all like everything there is to give like on that. So it's just like, what else are we talking about here?
Well, hold on,
At
hold
this
on.
point, y'all just making it known that y'all hate Ronda Rousey, which is
No, well,
okay.
hold on.
Hold on. Wait.
I'm
Wait,
not
wait.
a fan of Ronda. I'm not done talking.
Real quick.
I'm not done talking. I'll let y'all get all y'all shit off. I'm not done talking. God damn it. Like, shit. All right, man. Come on, man. Please don't interrupt me. Jesus Christ. Like, oh my God. Look. So like I was saying, she, as it stands right now, she has done nothing credible to beat Ronda Rousey clean. And by clean, I mean both shoulders on the mat, laid out 1, 2, 3. I'm not talking about no roll up. She want to beat Ronda Rousey via roll up or some other type of shenanigans. That's fine. I will believe that, because that is what her character is based off, and that is all she has built up the credibility to do. But as far as pinning Ronda Rousey clean, shoulders on the mat, no shenanigans, 1, 2, 3, no, it's a no. She's done nothing. And with that being said, I release the rest of my time until I feel like talking again. But go ahead.
First of all, I think you confusing a roll up with a dirty roll up. I just meant a roll up in general. But I'm gonna let you hold that. Second of all, you just said that your exact words were, "Do I think pinning her would give her credibility?" Yes, those were your exact words.
In the way he agreed with us just now. We're gonna speed past that. We're gonna speed past
I
that.
don't think she deserves. You gonna leave out the part where I said I don't think she deserves it because she's done nothing credible enough to deserve that.
That's how you feel.
That would be your opinion. That would be your
That's
opinion.
a fact.
If this was no, it's
That's a
not.
fact.
If this was an opinion debate, then there would be no reason to be here. If this
Y'all
this
literally
was
been
strictly
arguing opinions the
opinions.
whole time, and the thing about it is, facts don't give a fuck about your opinions. Facts don't give a fuck about how you feel. I gave y'all statistics and all that. Facts don't care about how you feel.
Don't mean fucking anything. They don't mean shit.
Hey,
all right. Statistics don't mean nothing.
Hold on,
Nothing.
Jason.
They don't mean nothing.
Jason.
Okay.
Jason, name your people. Name your people again that you would say that are believable to beat. Believable to beat Ronda Rousey.
Your man just said stats don't mean nothing, bro. So y'all can have it, bro. Y'all can have it, man. Man,
your teammate not here. Hey, your teammate not here no more. But he said Ronda losing would destroy her. But so but Jason, once again, name me.
I'm listening to you. I just ain't on camera. I needed to get up. I can't sit down no more.
Once again, name me the people that you would say that are credible to beat Ronda Rousey clean.
At this moment in time, like I said, the 4 horsewomen, and Bianca Belair, and if they built Asuka back up to how she was when she first got on the roster before she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania, then Asuka. But as it stands right now, the 4 horsewomen and Bianca Belair, simply because of what they've accomplished in the past and everything that they have been doing.
So, Liv beating one of the 4 horsewomen that you say would be credible to beat Ronda. That don't give Liv any points.
No, bro. Because
you pointed out
God.
an anomaly. One free win. What else she got? She beat Sasha Banks. Okay, great. What else?
Bianca.
So we canceling out wins.
What
Bianca,
else?
No.
I'm asking you what else. I'm asking you what else.
Rhea.
Here's the thing with that. She has beaten them, but it goes to the point where she's beaten them in like different parts. If she went on a mean streak and beaten them, it would have looked believable. That's the whole point where we're trying to make. If she beat Bianca, Rhea, Sasha Banks back to back to back, it's like, holy shit. Like, where was this version of fucking Liv Morgan?
Yes.
Holy shit. She putting in work.
No, hold
Like,
on. That's just the same shit. Because that would be the same shit as if let's say that's your opinion. You think that if she beat all those people 3 times in a row, they'd be like, damn, where's this Liv Morgan?
I think if she beat them people 3 times in a row, everybody would be in unison, like, oh my fucking God, she's going on a tear. And she got all the momentum.
One smart ass back there that'd be like, man, all of a sudden Liv Morgan beat these 3 people? That don't look believable. It's the exact same thing. It's how you feel.
No. That's the build. That's the build up to beating somebody like Ronda Rousey, bro.
Ronda's a whole different animal. Ronda's a whole different animal.
What Ronda Rousey portrays is a fucking ass kicker, bro. Liv Morgan is a happy-go-lucky, happy to be their character. So, if you're gonna tell me not beating anybody in a mid card can lead to her beating somebody like Ronda Rousey,
we just gave you names of people she beat.
She didn't have.
She beat those people.
Listen.
We gave them names, and then they said it's not back to back, so it doesn't count.
No,
I never said it don't count. Don't put words in my mouth. What I'm saying is,
okay.
I would have preferred if. So what I'm saying is, the fact that it was just like in between, like she's lost matches in between those. What I'm saying is, if they would have booked Liv Morgan to beat Ronda, if hypothetically, if she were to beat them back to back to back, like that would be more believable than beating Bianca, then losing 2 in a row, beating Rhea, then losing 2 in a row.
So again,
that takes. My point is when she beat Sasha, that should have been like, in a way, a stepping stone to have her beat somebody like Ronda, because you beating Sasha Banks, that should have been a stepping stone, and she should have went on a tear from there. But she lost the momentum with losses, is what I'm trying to say.
So because she was booked poorly, that affects her credibility. Okay.
My whole point. I know the whole booking shit. I'm not saying Liv. Like, let's scratch that. I'm not saying Liv won't be fucking believable to beat Ronda, but it's just I agreed with you in the beginning. It's the way how she was booked. The way how she's booked, I just don't believe it. And like I said, if she would have beaten those names back to back to back, holy shit, where was this Liv Morgan? She going on a tear, yo. She deserved a title match. That's the whole thing. But the fact that she took those W's and she took big L's in between, it took away her momentum, and we back to square one.
Look, I ain't even gonna lie. We might as well just pack this one up. We keep on talking.
I feel like that would be subjective also.
Only because of this. I understand. Look, back to the original question of what this debate is.
Right.
Over if Liv really does deserve to beat Ronda clean. If we're looking at it from face value, no, she doesn't. But
what?
But,
okay, so the debate's over.
But listen to me. Listen to me. Listen.
Can you let him talk?
Listen.
You wasn't talking the whole time.
Because I can't get a fucking word in with any of y'all.
Say
So
something,
just
Phil. Damn,
listen, chill.
Whatever.
One person.
You said shit the whole time. Fuck is you talking about?
Chill.
Don't play with me, bro.
Chill.
That Dr. Pepper look good. I ain't gonna lie.
It is. It's delicious. Look, I've already gone through 2 of them hoes.
I got this red velvet cake.
I'm about to go for a copy one. I ain't gonna front.
I'm over here looking at Jason's ice cream, whatever the fuck he got.
Not this red velvet.
It's not even the point now because we're almost fucking done with this shit. So
look, chill. Not that deep. Calm down.
We give a Wrestle spot 5 hours and he okay with it. We can go all night.
Yeah, man.
I can't.
Ain't that deep. Calm down. Ain't that deep. My thing is, look, on face value, no, she doesn't. And if that wins y'all the debate, that wins y'all the debate. But to me, and I don't know if everyone looks at this shit differently. But to me, I always felt like you have this idea of this specific character of Liv Morgan.
Right.
You don't, on face value, Ronda Rousey eclipses her and everything, and when you look at them next to each other, of course, no one really believes that Ronda can do it.
Right.
But I always see that the production of like we've differentiated opinions. I think that she's progressed. Some people don't. To me, the progression of her from being in the position she was before, by having matches with Becky Lynch and stuff like that, I think people backstage, I think producers, I think the higher management, I think they saw that maybe this is her crowning moment. Did they execute it the right way? And I think that's the reason why we're having this debate.
Yeah.
No. I think
Yeah,
that their
that's true.
execution of it. No. And again, on face value, this debate doesn't even matter. On face value, this debate doesn't even matter because you look at it on paper, and Ronda Rousey, Liv Morgan does not deserve to beat her in that sense. Okay. But I'm always looking at it from this perspective. I think that Liv Morgan is being put in that position with her Money in the Bank win, with the fact that she lost so much momentum after that win with Sasha. It went downhill after that. Even with that, I still feel like the people backstage were like, even so, we have her in these winning predicaments. These losing predicaments, I should say. We still have enough trust in her to become Mrs. Money in the Bank. We still have trust in her to become SmackDown Women's Champion. And if the person who's never watched UFC before, the person who's never watched WWE before, they turn on SmackDown one time and they see Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan, and they've never seen the two. Not that I don't like using this argument, but the casual fan, they see Liv Morgan with the championship, they're like, oh, she must be better than her. Is it true? Is it true in a ring sense? 9 times out of 10, no. But I'm always looking at it from that level as well.
Right.
It's more on the sense of, is Liv Morgan being put in the position for y'all to switch y'all opinions on if she can beat Ronda Rousey? I see it all. He should beat Ronda Rousey.
And it goes back to
y'all are.
He's lagging.
Yeah,
right? He's lagging on y'all.
Yeah, he's lagging.
Yeah, he's lagging.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Then I'm out because I ain't on no sides. I see both
Yeah, I want to
sides,
say
but
something too after.
I was at SummerSlam, and I saw the match in person. So the way it happened, I ain't have an issue with it. I understood why they did it. You know, they want to turn Ronda heel, it seems like. And going into that match, I was one of those people where I just didn't really feel like Liv Morgan was believable enough to beat Ronda Rousey. I didn't know if it was gonna happen, but I was like, I'm curious to see how this is really gonna work out. Some people, I think, this whole different way as far as like how they can be beat and what's realistic or not. If she had beat Ronda clean, that would have done good things for Liv Morgan, but I don't know if a lot of fans would have really bought it, is what I'm saying. Because a lot of fans, I don't know how y'all felt watching at home, but when I was sitting in, a lot of people wasn't mad at the decision when, you know, how it was happening, at least from the section I was sitting in at SummerSlam. I don't know how y'all perceived it at home because I didn't watch it at home, but that's just how I got from taking it. And I think the main thing is for me is that whoever said it, they putting her in bad situations as a champion right now. I think they putting her up against people that not a lot of people can believe. She should have held the Money in the Bank for a while and built her up to cash in later down the road. They had her cash in too soon, and then when they had her face Ronda at SummerSlam, because Charlotte's on SmackDown, there's really nobody else for left on SmackDown. Unless I guess you want to book a big match for SummerSlam, there ain't nobody else there. So I think they putting her in bad spots as far as her being the champion, where some people perceived her as like so far like a weak champion. I don't know if I look at it that way, but that's how some people are taking it so far. It's like they're putting her in bad spots as a champion. Whereas it kind of reminds me of the same like when Carmella was champion and she was beating like Asuka, but like people just didn't believe she could beat Asuka at that time. Feel me? Because it didn't feel right. Like some things don't feel right. When, in my opinion, when you lose certain ways, you got to make it look believable when you have certain credibility. You know, the way Brock lost to Roman at SummerSlam, that to me was the most believable way for Brock to lose a last man standing match. It was going to take more than this Roman Reigns to put Brock Lesnar down for a 10 count. It's going to take the Usos. It's going to take a little bit of Paul Heyman. It's going to take all the shit they throw on top of him just to make sure you keep Brock down, because Brock not going to stay down character-wise. He's the beast. So how you going to keep him down for a 10 count by yourself? You can't do it. We're talking about the man who ended the streak, the guy who dominated and eviscerated John Cena in a SummerSlam match. You feel me? Certain ways, I think you lose certain ways, it has to be credible enough to lose that. And I think it would have been better if they'd have put Liv Morgan against certain people as champions. Maybe It don't even got to be. It don't even got to be big people. You know, put her against former like Natalia or some certain people who are former champions where she can beat them, and then she continue to build up her credibility. But I think she's been like thrown into the fire a little bit, and I don't think that's a little fair for Liv Morgan too, because she has the popularity. A lot of people have wanted her to get pushed, but they put the Money in the Bank on her. That was cool. Okay, that's a good way for her to get her pushed. But then she cashes in, and now she's a champion, and now she's fighting people where I think most people feel like she don't have that believability to beat these people. She's fighting Ronda, and now she's fighting Shayna. Well, it's like even like some people are now like, how is she gonna beat Shayna? Like, I don't know if she could beat a Shayna Baszler, even though Shayna Baszler hasn't done shit on the main roster. But it's the whole. I think it's the whole background thing, and it's the whole what they've done before then. So, I mean, I like Liv Morgan. I just feel like they've done certain things with her booking as champion where it doesn't feel right for some people, where she feel like she doesn't have the credibility or she's not believable enough to beat certain people. I think they either should have had her keep the Money in the Bank for a little bit, and then had her cash in later down the road. People may be like, oh, it's time for her to cash in. Or you book her against people, whether it be, you put people on SmackDown or whatever. Hopefully they do a draft and they can revive that SmackDown Women's division and put people on there credible enough where Liv Morgan can beat some contenders. But as of right now, a lot of people feel like she's not credible enough to beat some of these people that she's facing. It's not her fault. She ain't got nothing to do with it. She's just doing whatever the hell she's told to do. I mean, obviously she's the champion, so whoever they want her to face, she's gonna face. But from the vibes at SummerSlam, I always felt going into that match, it was gonna either be something good or something bad, because a lot of people, like I said, felt like it wasn't right for her to beat Ronda, or she didn't have that believability to beat Ronda. But you still wanted Liv Morgan to be the champion because she just won the title, so you didn't want her to be like another Nikki Ash where she just won the title and then the next pay-per-view she's losing it to somebody, and like what was the point of her even winning the Money in the Bank or winning the championship to begin with? You just gave her the title. And she just lost it a month later. So what was the point? People didn't want that, and a lot of people do like Liv Morgan. So it's like, how are you gonna book this the right way? Now, granted, at first when it was live, we didn't see the tap out because we was on the other side of the angle, so we just saw the pinfall. So we thinking, oh, she just pinned, she put her in the arm bar and pinned her and everything. But then you look at the tap out statistics, so I understand how that makes her look weak to an extent because she tapped out before the 1, 2, 3, but the referee didn't see it. I feel like if she didn't do the tap out, it would have benefited her better, because she could have had her rolled up like that and say, or if she tapped out after. No, say she'd have tapped out after.
I think that finish was botched. I felt like they should have had a tap out right at 3.
Right. Yeah.
But it's the fact.
Yeah.
But it's the fact
The
that
timing.
And here's the thing with me, where I think where she's just the booking once again, Pat. I fucking 1,000,000,000% agree with you that booking is the problem here. I'm like, I can't stress that enough. But it's the fact that she tapped out way before the ref hit 3, bro. Where I'm just like, if she's tapping out before the ref hit 3, bro, healthy Ronda 2 legs, like I just can't see it happening, unless she has an attitude change.
I think my thing, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like in this debate, as we've gone around in circles with mean streaks and wins and losses and wrestling ability and things like that, for me, it's more of a booking of like you in case all of this involved. I think for me, it's breaking down is it believable that Liv Morgan can beat Ronda Rousey physically? Like if we're just talking about them straight up fighting each other, absolutely fucking not. But in a wrestling context, does it make sense? Especially her being the plucky underdog that has been built up to be. Right. While improbable, yeah, she's the underdog. Again, improbable, does it look a little Sure, but that doesn't mean that it's not a credible win or a believable win. It's just it was like how Lap brought up Jet. She just manages to scrape by. She just manages to get by. She manages to win by the skin of her teeth, by whatever, but she wins.
Right, of course. Yeah, I'm not. And my thing is, I'm not saying that like Liv should just squash Ronda. No. Like I'm saying that should be like a hard fought match, a very like Liv's hardest fought match she ever fought in her life, because it's Ronda Rousey, bro. It's Ronda Rousey. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
like I don't think Liv should.
Here's
I don't think Liv should ever tap out Ronda. That shouldn't. I don't think anybody.
That'd be even I would say that's ridiculous. Even I would say that's ridiculous.
But I think
I'm ass backwards shit, man.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ant.
So basically, I'm saying Liv Morgan should not be Ronda Rousey clean, simply just due to the fact she has not been built up to her full potential. Like, she has no credible wins under her belt. she just had like WWE has not given her really much the chance. Like she's been given opportunities, but not to the fullest extent, if that makes sense in my opinion. I really feel like if they had her hold the Money in the Bank briefcase for a little while longer and then cash in at the right time, get a couple wins under her belt, that would have been the perfect way. She could have been more credible to defeat Ronda Rousey. That's how I view it.
Here's also my thing too. This is why I look at context. It's if we're looking at the storyline aspect, right? Ronda beat the living shit out of Liv at SummerSlam. Now we're gonna see a much more vicious, heelish side of Ronda. Now this is where we look at it from the grand scheme of things. Me personally, I feel like you can build up mostly anybody. That, depends on the person, but you can build up mostly anybody to beat somebody. But this isn't face Ronda Rousey. This is heelish. I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube, but we just gonna go murk. This is vicious. I'm a murk you Ronda Rousey. Now, the whole point of me looking at it, can Liv match that tenacity, that I'm gonna murk you too style? That's the way I look at it, and that it's just not believable because one, her character, I'm cute, I'm gonna jump up and down so y'all see my ass jiggle. That's how I look at fucking Liv Morgan right now. She just needs to have that mean streak for it to be believable. And the whole point of this whole debate is, should Liv Morgan beat Ronda Rousey clean? And if we looking at her track record and shit, and if we looking at what she's done, she just hasn't really done anything to make her be believable to beat her clean, especially if we're transitioning to Ronda Rousey as a heel.
Yeah, like there's nothing that stands out for Liv Morgan to have that credibility.
And I understand you guys, the big win, Sasha Banks, Bianca, Rhea Ripley, that's fucking like those are big wins. But in my opinion, those wins should have been back to back to back, because everybody can collectively agree momentum is everything in professional wrestling. Momentum is everything. She does not have any kind of momentum going into another match with Ronda Rousey. Could Shayna Baszler be the start of it? Absolutely. I have Liv Morgan beating Shayna Baszler. But to those two matches, well, she had momentum for winning Money in the Bank, and then she did that. But leading up to SummerSlam, like, she never had the momentum where you're like, oh yeah, like she can definitely beat Ronda. That's the whole point. She doesn't have momentum. And maybe they can build that momentum. And like I said, treat Ronda as a final boss, have Liv be champion, have Liv be champion, and have her just go through anybody. Hell, like I'm sorry to you Sasha Banks fans, Naomi fans, or whatever. If they had fucking Liv Morgan beat Sasha Banks clean to build up some credibility to make her beat a final boss like Ronda, I'll be okay with it. But right now, it just has not happened. She has no momentum. She needs to beat big names, and especially in a row, in my eyes, to have momentum to beat somebody like Ronda fucking Rousey.
So, with all that being said, I just want to take what somebody in the comments said that I'm burning up over here. I ain't burning up. I got the AC. I got the AC on. But yeah, with that being said, I feel like everything that should have been said has been said, and that's just what we curved at. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like
we all see sides to everybody's point. Like we both see both sides very point. We don't necessarily agree, but we can all subjectively look at the other. We can put the shoe on the other foot, basically.
Yeah, that's what makes pro wrestling, bro. Everybody got their own perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just want to say right away though, I apologize to anybody in here that I yelled at. Swore at and shit. That's the big reason.
Hey, bro.
That's the big reason why I ended up fucking leaving TikTok as a whole, because I didn't like the aggressive person I became. So, I'm working on it a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's all love. Love all you guys. Even if I met you, Pat, you fucking bum. Love you too. But, at the end of the day, it's all love. We had a great debate, but what I'm saying, Team Ronda, baby.
Oh my lord.
But on that note, like on some real shit, man, like I went and looked at, once Mitri reached out and asked if I wanted to be a part of this, like I literally got like 20 followers, man. And y'all definitely didn't need to take anything that I said or any kind of credibility of mine to heart, but y'all allowed me to come in here, talk my shit, and I do appreciate that. Like I really do. Hopefully in the future I can be in another one. I don't know if I pissed anybody off too much. You know, y'all gonna ban me or
Nah,
anything.
we all good.
Yeah, no, I apologize, man.
I done heard
I
worse.
got
It
hot.
happens,
T.O.,
bro.
I apologize to you too, my brother.
I mean,
I
are
love
you good, man? Hey, I know how
I
you get
love
when
you,
you
bro.
get passionate, bro. I know how you get, bro. You
Live, I
know,
love
you
your
know.
big-headed ass too, man. I see you.
You know I love you, bro. You know I love you, G.
I love everybody here, man. It was a fun debate, man.
It's all just a matter of opinions and people feel. I mean,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what do we know? We ain't in WWE, so
Right, we ain't in the we
Yeah.
ain't in the room. We ain't the ones writing the script. We
Around
ain't-
the room.
We just chatting, bro.
We're just
Let's
chatting.
start the
Our
TikTok
opinions,
Wrestling
our
Federation,
feelings,
bro.
what we love, wrestling.
there's gonna be people watching this and look at these fucking grown men.
Yeah.
And it be like
On a
that.
Tuesday
They
night.
just mad
Fucking
because they ain't.
virgins.
Screaming at the camera.
They just mad because they ain't got nothing that they love as much that they can get on here and debate about. They
Facts.
bad doing.
Facts.
I seen
Exactly.
plenty of people in the comments talking about at the end of the day it's fake. Oh, it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because you still saw the Avengers and that's fake. So nobody
Thank
cares.
Just like
you.
your mama. Just like your
Y'all
mama.
don't got your own
Y'all
show
saw
doing
Breaking
this shit.
Bad.
Nobody
Y'all
cares.
saw Game of Thrones. That's all fucking fake. So
I'm saying
Harry Potter fake.
movies are
It's all
fake.
fake.
TV
Spider-Man
shows
is
are
not
fake.
real.
Star Wars, all that shit, fake.
So
All
wait,
that
you mean to
fake,
tell
all
me?
that fake.
I don't want to
So
hear
you
you
mean to
calling
tell
out
me my
pro wrestling
favorite
talking
video
about it's
game
fake?
franchise in the entire world, Mortal Kombat's not real?
I
I don't
don't
think
want
so,
to hear you
man.
calling
I don't
out
wanna
pro
burst your
wrestling
bubble,
talking
man.
about. I don't want to hear you calling out pro wrestling talking about it's fake unless you just don't watch, unless you just don't consume any form of media at all.
Plus,
Because
if you
majority of the
really
media-
think about it too, like sports, a lot of sports is rigged too. Football, basketball, you don't think they rig shit like that too?
They rig a bunch of stuff. They rig
think they
games,
rig
refs,
That shit's
everything.
scripted. That is scripted. Oh
Pro
my
The
man,
god.
huddles, everything. The
Right.
commissioners, they script everything.
Let's go,
Right,
Heat.
y'all saw that.
You seen certain games with certain flags got thrown. He was like, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
man, I'm a
Man,
Dolphins
we all
fan.
got
We
those
don't
games.
get rigged games. We just suck.
and they
guys.
said, they said somebody in
Bears
the
gonna be terrible
comments
this
say
year.
tell T.O. take the hat off.
Yeah, I was
Huh?
gonna say someone.
Wait, what?
People are saying you've never taken the hat off.
Oh,
Bro, I ain't never seen this
People,
man's hair, bro.
Take it off.
Somebody said tell.
Look.
Who?
I'll tell you this
Chill
right
on
now.
me, bro. Chill on me.
I'm gonna need to get to. I'm gonna need to get to a milestone or something before I take the head off. I'm telling y'all.
Hey, you want?
Right now,
Make y'all
take it
wait
off.
for it. I'm making y'all wait for it.
Anybody?
I'm not
Anybody
telling.
want to meet you with the hat off? DM me. I got you.
Bro, I've never seen this man's hair, bro. I did not realize that. Never
Bro,
seen
I
this man's hair.
know. Me neither.
It's
Come
hey,
to
that's how
think
you
of it, I've
hey,
never seen it either.
$50,000. I'll take his hat off.
He got like a
Listen,
6 head,
listen,
don't he? That's what
listen,
it
Bald,
that's
you
how-
bald, T.O., you bald.
Hey,
Come on.
listen, that's how you build it up, man. Hey, I'm telling a story. I'm a storyteller, guys. I'm telling a story right here.
He probably gonna be
Back
like
up just a little bit.
It's gonna build up.
Wait, what do you
That
want
hat,
to
the wave
Cruz
cap.
on
He got a wave cap.
It's gonna build up. I'm telling a story.
Hey,
Well,
Hey,
shit,
chat,
I'm thinking, I ain't
chat,
never seen
chat,
Michi's either.
chat. Stop tip rotting, chat.
You don't need
Stop
to,
it,
bro.
Fucking
Hey,
I ain't never
crazy.
seen you in
So
it.
when you hit 10,000, can you do a
Chill
head
on
reveal?
me.
Yeah, 10,000.
10,000. I don't know. That's not big enough though. I'm like,
I
10K is not big enough. Where am I?
10K, bro?
ain't gonna
Come
lie,
on,
ain't gonna
10K,
big
lie,
enough?
bro.
Where
Ain't
am
gonna
I?
lie.
Do you not just
Where
hear
am
me
I?
say I have 30 followers?
Bruh.
Like 10K,
Ain't gonna lie.
25K.
10K is a
25K.
lot.
10K
Imagine
not
if you had.
milestone, bro.
All right.
25K head reveal. Come on, dog.
20K. I might have to do it. I ain't gonna lie.
Imagine
20K.
if
I
you
might
had.
have to do it.
15,
Imagine if
15,
you had 10,000
15K.
people in a room. Imagine if you had 10,000 people in a room all at once telling you the shit, telling you raw. That's not enough. That's not enough.
That ain't
bro.
enough.
Hold
That's a
on.
house show right
Do
there.
a head
How
reveal.
many
got a
followers
little
my man's
bit.
got right now, bro?
Do a head
I
reveal.
got 11K right now.
Bro, do that 7,000.
Come
Come
on,
on,
now.
10K, bro. You at 7,000 right now.
10K, bro. You got 3,000 away. Let's make that happen.
Now
Come
he's
on,
gonna
man.
say that now. Then he's gonna have that one video where
Man,
he's
he
gonna
gonna
give
not
like
do it.
10K followers off rip, and then he's gonna have to do it.
Oh my god. See, bro, I'm not letting y'all do this to me, bro. Y'all not about to peer pressure me.
It's gonna happen. Watch.
Y'all not about to peer
Everybody
pressure me.
Bro, if you
Take it
bought to
off,
say you
bro.
if you bought to say you bought, bro, say it's cool, bro.
I'm not. Hold on. First of all, you go back to watch my videos. You can see like the outline of the hair. So I'm not bald. I'm not bald.
You got the
You
fade?
got that
You see,
KD
like-
hairline.
You got the fade?
Aim
You-
ball.
Ball fade.
I'm not gonna give away the details. That's what
You
I'm
got
not
them
gonna do.
braids like Jason. You got them braids hiding
I'm
up
a-
in there.
I'm gonna build it up.
He ain't got the
We
like
telling a
inches.
story.
He ain't got the inches.
Nah. Yo,
Telling a story.
When you
Tell
took
on
off
me,
your
Aaron.
do-rag, bro, and I saw you, I was like, yo, I thought he had no
first
hair.
time I
Mitri, do a
I
head
said,
reveal
whoa.
for the do
Chill
the
on
head
me,
reveal
bro.
for the wrestling.
Fuck no.
Nah, you don't want to see that, bro. You don't want to see
We
that.
don't want to see
Mitri,
it,
do a head
bro.
reveal.
I saw started before the stream started. That
Anybody?
joint.
Chill,
Fuck
bro.
no.
Chill, bro. Chill.
Bro, I
Chill
swear to
on
God,
me.
Mitri looks like Mr. Mosby, bro. Do it every
Chill on me,
Mitri.
bro.
Nah.
Mitri,
Anybody
Nah.
want to see Mitri with the
Mitri,
hat off?
Chill
Hit my
on
Mitri,
me,
DMs. I got
bro.
you. If you want to see
Do the
Mitri with the hat off, hit my
Mitri, don't
DMs.
pay him
Mitri
attention, bro.
looks
Don't pay
like
him attention.
Clyde Drexler. I swear to God, do it every
Lewis, your
man.
fat ass not on the
Clyde.
camera.
I'm
Fuck
not
outta
fat.
here.
First of all,
Clyde
I got
Drexler.
muscle. I showed
Your
you.
little
I
fat ass
showed
Hey,
Michelin man
you.
built
Check the
ass.
real
Fuck
game.
out of here.
Hey,
First
you
of
wanna?
all-
Anybody want to see Mitri with the hat off? Hit my IG DMs. I got
First
you.
of all, Mitri,
Bruh, chill, bruh, chill out,
Everybody
bruh.
Got you.
Just gonna sell your bro like that. Oh, your boy.
secrets. Damn.
Hey, Mitri tells people to stop running in his lobby, man.
Bruh, you should have never revealed it in the Zoom, bruh.
Throw the gloves on, bro.
No running in my
Hey.
lobby.
Wait, Mitri, hold on. Mitri revealed his hair before?
Nigga, I still got
Yes.
it.
Oh
I
yeah,
still got
Yeah, I saw it
He
earlier.
did to the group chat. He
I
did.
saw it today.
Oh my.
He has.
I got
He did it on
pictures.
Zoom.
I got
Oh
pictures.
my
Wait. Look at my
Oh,
Zoom.
Y'all
profile
don't
Oh,
see
today.
shit,
yo,
bro.
hey,
Look at my
ain't gonna
Zoom
lie.
profile pic. Look at my
Ain't
Zoom
gonna lie.
profile pic. I'm about to change it.
Bruh, no,
Oh,
bruh,
don't do it,
no,
Lewis.
bruh,
Don't do it,
no.
Lewis.
no.
Come on, Lewis, bruh, Lewis,
Do
bruh.
it, bro.
Don't
Do
do
it.
the
Don't
man
do it.
like that.
Lewis.
Oh.
You gotta kill him, bro.
Bro,
You
Now
gotta
that's
kill him.
John.
Bro,
No, that's
come
John.
on.
That's
Man.
crazy.
Hey, Mitri, I love you,
You're
bro.
selling out your
Crazy.
boy.
Hey,
Bro.
Mitri, I
Lewis,
ain't gonna lie.
I'ma fuck him up.
I ain't gonna lie.
Damn,
Whenever
he
you
did
see
Lewis,
the hat on,
bruh. We still in the air, too.
Ah,
Lewis, I'ma
man.
You're
fuck
still
him
on
up.
the air. You sold out your boy.
Hey, we
Man.
gotta end it here, bro. We
Yeah,
gotta
That's
end it.
crazy.
oh my
Wow.
god.
All right, we got to change it back. Change it back.
Oh,
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I know my
Oh,
reveal
man.
won't be that. So I feel better now. I feel better now. Jeez.
Sure about
Lord.
that?
Damn.
Oh Lord. No, I got a regular. It's like I'm telling y'all, bro, and it's crazy. It's literally just regular hair. I'm telling y'all, but y'all getting
Shit,
so
man,
hyped up
shouldn't be
about
that
it.
big of a
Go
deal.
ahead. Go ahead.
It's
Get
just gonna
hyped
be
about it.
regular hair. It's not gonna
All
be
right,
regular
so
hair.
I
Oh,
think
it's gonna be.
I
It's
think
gonna
He
be
got the stars in
chill.
his John. He
It's
got the
not.
stars in his
I
It's
John.
gonna
think
be
a
more.
good way to end this. I think a good way to end this for people who have no idea who we are or familiar, not familiar, whatever. I think it'd be a good idea. We go all around and say who our favorite wrestler is and our favorite moments from our favorite wrestler.
All time?
So,
Personally, so
All
all
time,
time.
bro.
Mitri,
All
so
time.
Mitri, you go first. Mitri,
Yeah.
you go
How
first.
about
All
fuck you,
time.
bitch?
Fuck,
We gonna fucking fight, bro. Just wait till we get to the Zoom, bro. I'ma fuck
Mitri, you
you up,
love
bro.
me, bro. You
Nah, I
love me, bro.
don't.
yeah, me personally, I wouldn't take that type of
You getting
disrespect
fucking
from Lewis.
deleted, bro.
Yeah.
That's
God.
Mitri, you
crazy.
love me, bro.
You getting
Oh
fucking
my.
deleted, bro.
Mitri, you
Right,
love
right
me,
in the
bro.
group chat after this, bro. Right in the
Nigga,
group
I'ma
chat.
fuck you
Oh
up, bro.
Oh
man.
shit!
Mitri, you love
This
me,
is
dog.
gonna be good.
Mitri
Oh,
loves
shit.
me, bro.
Fat ass.
Look,
Nah,
man.
Malik,
I'm
the
telling
Zoom
you,
about to
man.
go crazy.
Damn,
You
son.
need to hit a
I'ma
fucking
stay out of
treadmill
it.
with your
Mitri, my
bitch
right
ass.
toe weighs more than your
It,
body. What are you talking about?
look,
Hit a treadmill
all I
with your
got to
fat
say
ass,
is,
bro.
What do you
Damn.
mean? I
all
run
I,
every day, bro. I'm down to 170. What you talking about?
That's fat as fuck, bro.
It's not fat at all.
170.
Bro, I'm 170. What? Look at me.
uh,
Do I look fat? Come on.
He's fat.
I'm not
Have you
fat.
seen him?
I'm not
You said
fat.
170 is
I'm
fat.
not
I'm
fat.
170.
No,
I ain't
look at
fat.
his stomach, bro. That's why he's
Yo.
not on camera. Fat
What
ass
you mean my
stomach.
stomach?
Homer Simpson looking ass.
Bro, Mitri, I bet your tongue's so
Yo.
long you can pick your nose
You
with it.
fat Bart Simpson looking ass, bro. Stop
I
playing,
am
bro.
scared.
Mitri, can you
Fuck.
smell your
Hey.
lips? Mitri, can you smell your lips?
Bro, you're not even on the camera with your ugly ass,
Mitri, can
bro.
you
You'll
smell
break
your
the
lips?
camera.
Mitri,
Why,
can you
get
smell
on
your
the
lips?
camera. Get on the
Mitri,
camera.
smell your
Yo.
lips.
Weak ass,
Mitri,
boy.
smell your lips.
look,
Get on the
man.
camera so
I'm
they can
already
see
knowing this
you.
was
Fat
gonna
Mitri,
ass,
I
end.
bet
So
you can
this
kiss your
went
nose.
in.
Mitri, kiss your
fat
nose.
ass stomach, bro.
Mitri, kiss your nose. Mitri, kiss your nose.
Why you stuff whole pieces in your mouth, bro? Fat ass.
Because I do, man. That shit lit as fuck.
Whole
Hey,
pieces.
Mitri, kiss your nose. Kiss
Homer
your
So we
nose.
was naming our
Oh
favorite
my
wrestlers,
Mitri,
bro.
kiss your
All
nose.
right. So
Favorite
Shawn
wrestler.
Michaels.
Okay.
Shawn
It
Michaels.
don't matter.
Sorry, Shawn
Cena.
Michaels.
Jeff Hardy.
Shawn Michaels.
Brand
Shawn
Danielson.
Michaels. I like it. And if this where it is, y'all know where to follow me.
Christian Cage.
Bird on TikTok.
Christian Cage.
Bird with a Y, all that good stuff. Y'all know where to find me. Mitri, Lewis, it don't matter what y'all arguing about because y'all both suck ass at
Get your
everything
ass
y'all
up,
do.
man. I'm gonna get you.
So it don't
Shut
matter.
up, boy.
I'm
It
gonna
don't
get
matter
you
at all.
too.
Hey, Loft.
I'm gonna
Hey,
get you
Loft.
too, dog. I'm getting you
Fuck
too.
Say nothing to me.
Nah, this is fun though. This is fun though, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off on that one, y'all. Man, I
Hey,
had
Lewis is
fun.
still a bitch. No.
Damn.
Oh my
I'm gonna get you.
God.
We better
Yeah,
have this
again,
lit
we're
roast
just.
session. We about to have this exclusive roast session.
Yeah, exclusive
Oh
roses.
man, it's
There ain't gonna be
Oh,
no roast. I'm gonna kill you, bro.
You love me.
Yeah.
You love me.
When I see you, bro, it's over, bro. I'm gonna fuck you up,
You love me.
and I'm not gonna forget either. This
Mitri,
is
I'll
a
ankle
not
pick you.
this is gonna
Mitri, I'll
not
ankle
forget
pick you.
shit.
Mitri, I'll ankle pick you.
Nigga, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Beat you. I'm an ankle pick.
And my favorite wrestler of all time is the Undertaker. He's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. And that's it.
It's valid.
And Lewis is still a bitch, so.
You love me, bro. You love me, dog. Love me, man.
That's why you're not on TikTok, ho.
You love me. Hey, I left.
Damn.
Get back on TikTok, pussy.
You know.
Oh my god.
so pussy, you can't even TikTok no more, pussy ass nigga.
Somebody said
Oh,
Team
you
Ronda.
right.
Hey, somebody said Team Ronda broke up at the end, bro. This is like a Vince McMahon story.
I know.
It's like a Vince McMahon. It's how they write teams.
I am Team Ronda. You ain't see them talk. You ain't
Break
see them
'em
calling
up.
me Thanos in
I'm
the
about to
chat.
say, yeah, Jason stayed solid until the end. I'm just saying.
We
You ain't
didn't
see them
lose
calling me
though,
Thanos in the
so
chat.
we cool.
Come on now. I might start going back to
Favorite
channels.
wrestler
of all time, John Cena, bro. Like that.
The Undertaker, he's a goat.
Mine's Brian
HBK.
Danielson.
Shawn
Team Ronda
Michaels.
ended like the Nexus.
Shawn Michaels.
Sean.
Yeah, bro.
Mine's is
Yeah, bro.
Christian. Mine's is Christian. Everybody know that.
And he sucks. And he sucks
I'll
dick.
beat your ass. Nah,
Just like you.
Don't mess with Christian, bro. Come on now.
She versus
Christian
Lewis
both
exclusive on the
In the
zone.
live, bro. In the
Get the
live.
gloves.
Yeah, we gotta end this,
End the
bro.
live.
No,
Get
keep it going.
End it then.
Don't end
Get
it.
the gloves.
Keep it
We gotta
going.
end
Y'all
this.
see this? We
Hey,
gonna fight. I
I
don't
had
care.
you
We
our
gonna
thing
fight.
locked.
Russell
Come
Spot.
on
Russell
now.
Spot.
Keep it
This
wrestling,
is
man.
money.
Keep it
Russell
wrestling.
Keep it
Spot.
clean.
This is
Pushing
money.
ass nigga.
Petrie, I'm gonna pull up, Petrie. We gonna get the gloves.
Pull up then, bro.
Bro,
we
we do not
Hey,
Chris, we're
it's
not
gonna get
disrespecting
worse.
Chris.
We might wanna end
Christian
In the
it.
live, bro.
Hold on,
He's
hold
in the
on,
live,
It's
bro.
going to get
Wait,
worse.
wait,
Dude.
wait. Christian is
Please.
fucking weak,
Sir,
bro.
you're
Just
not
like
gonna- you know what I'm
you.
saying?
Bro, we just not
Oh
gonna
my
disrespect
God,
Christian,
man.
bro.
Johnny Gargano's a
You
bitch
want-
too.
Oh, you that's drawn. You drawn the line.
Now you can end the live.
Now you just fucking
Johnny-
fight because you
Let
mad.
us
Listen,
Gargano
Spot,
come outside.
Spot,
Come on.
Oh wait,
please,
Mitch,
end it.
come on.
End it now.
All right,
End it,
hold on,
please.
hold on,
Come outside.
Yeah, we gotta. I'm
Because
telling
now
y'all,
he's
I'm
bringing
gonna
up
do
Johnny
I got water
Gargano, and
done.
that's
All
not the
right,
right
I'm
move.
done. All
All
right.
right.
He's
So,
bringing up Johnny.
I got
My
done.
favorite wrestler is Stone Cold Steve
He's
Austin.
bringing up Johnny.
Valid.
Somebody said 10 more minutes, bro. Oh my god.
10 more minutes.
Nah, man,
All right,
we
Listen,
can't-
okay,
no,
you-
hold on a second. No,
Somebody
I
said-
gotta.
Why does he still have this live going, bro? Just end it, bro.
No more.
I have been 20 minutes late for my podcast. I gotta go.
I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to go check out OTB after this.
We're supposed to be on.
Right now. Appreciate y'all watching. All their ads are in the bio. Let me know what y'all thought. We'll see y'all later.
Panda's